All right, we're live. I know I'm looks about 3 minutes late here, so I apologize about that. But we're live. We're watching the Commanders, the Washington Commanders at Chicago Bears because we apparently deserve all the terrible things. I don't know. I don't know what's up with Thursday Night Football lately. So we're already a couple of plays into this. Apologize for being a little late. But let's see. Looks like we're about 2 minutes into the game. There's a flag on whatever play that was. We'll get into it. I'll catch up. Referee Adrian Hill is out here saying there's a holding on the defense. Okay. I don't know who is the defense yet because I just started watching. Looks like the Commanders are the defense. So that's probably not the best thing in the world, but works out. It's Jonathan Allen. You know what? Good. I'm glad. Ooh, those Bears helmets, dude. That orange, I don't. Okay, first of all, it doesn't really look good, but it's different. It's interesting. But yeah, Jonathan Allen, not the biggest fan of him. He's the guy who shredded Joe Burrow's knee back in 2020. So, not the biggest fan in the world of him. Justin Field drops back, looking around, got pressure all over him. He cannot get away. He's sacked, and man, he got that Washington guy kind of landed on him with his head pretty hard. Just seemed a little unnecessary to me. But obviously the refs didn't feel that way. Let's watch it again from a different angle. Maybe I was overreacting a little bit. Let's see. Looking around, got a perfect pocket, and he's got a dude wide open, and he's just like, I'm not going to throw it there. Looks running around. Okay, yeah, I think it was just a bad angle. It wasn't bad. It wasn't a bad hit. It looked like a bad hit from the angle that I was at, but when you see the replay, it's like he didn't, I don't know, he barely even made contact with his head. But Justin Fields throws, and it is too short. Not too short, too low, I guess, for number 11, Darnell Mooney. I was about to say Allen Robinson. I'm like, oh, wait, no, he's not on the Bears anymore. That was like a whole thing. God, those Bears helmets, man, they look like diarrhea. Really, really nasty. If your diarrhea looks like that, you got some problems. But they just don't look good. I don't like that. Justin Fields looking around, can't find anywhere to go, and he's sacked again. Interesting to see the replay on that because the last time he was running around, couldn't figure out where to go. He had dudes wide open. So let's see. I don't think they're going to show us the shot of the wide receivers, but man, this offensive line is not doing particularly well for Justin Fields. This offensive line is getting destroyed. That sucks. Bears punt. And it's going to be returned from the 16, 17-yard line. Bears are all over it, though, so he gets about 5 yards in the play, but doesn't get much more past the 21-yard line. And the Bears are saying he fumbled the ball and then recovered. Odd. He very clearly recovered, so it's not really that big of a deal. Whoever you are who's watching the chat right now, go ahead and leave a comment, as I see you just did. Matthew Thompson, what's up, buddy? Yeah, I think you're the only one here right now, man. I literally just started streaming 3 minutes ago. I was about 3 minutes late to the game, just because I had a lot of stuff to do today, and getting the graphics and everything made up took a second. You can probably see right here the graphic isn't quite as really clean as I usually like to make it. I just kind of had to rush into it because had to be real quick. But yes, Matthew, I very much remember you. You've definitely made your presence known over the last couple weeks. I did not forget about you, Matthew. So glad to have you here, bub. All right, so let's see. Chicago Bears today are missing nobody really in particular. Nobody really, I think, worth mentioning. Looks like don't really know about N'Keal Harry. He's the only one I really recognize on this list. You also got Dale Cruikshank. Not really entirely sure who that is. So Bears are about as healthy as you could possibly be right now, it seems. At least as far as like their guys who aren't on their IR is concerned. The Commanders, on the other hand, oof, got Jonathan Williams, Logan Thomas, tight end, Jahan Dotson, wide receiver, Sammy Cosme, and Percy Butler, all out. Sam Cosme, by the way, guy that the Bengals were looking at wanting to draft at one point. They didn't, and they ended up with Jackson Carman, and we all kind of know how that went. But hey, what's up, Who Dat Center? You were wanting to do a you were wanting to do a Bengals Saints preview, right? Hit me up on Twitter. We'll come up with a good time. I got all day free tomorrow, so if you want to do that, let's do it. Who do I want to win? Between the Bears and Commanders? I don't know. Well, Matthew, if you live in Chicago, my buddy Jordan lives in Chicago too. So I got some family who, for whatever reason, are Bears fans. You know, they're from Kentucky. I don't know if they've ever even left Kentucky in their lives, but they're Bears fans. So I guess go Bears. I don't know. I kind of like Justin Fields. I like him better than Carson Wentz. All right, first down run for the Commanders. Gets about 2 yards on the play, but the Bears are all over that one. So that's pretty much going to go nowhere. Awesome, dude. Like I said, hit me up on Twitter, and I'll come up with a StreamYard link, and I'll send it to you, and we'll do a game preview for Bengals Saints. Commanders get about another 2-3 yards on that play, so it's going to be third down and probably about 5 or 6 to go. But this is just, we knew this was going to be a bad game. It's definitely turning out like that right now. By the way, Matthew and the Who Dat Center, just so you know, no, I'm not in college, Matthew. Just so you guys know, here in about 20 minutes or so, I got to go get my son. So I'm going to have to head out for a little bit. I'm going to be playing part of the Battle of Ohio podcast while I'm gone, but I'll only be gone for about 20 minutes. And Carson Wentz goes down with a sack. Man, this game, there's going to be no offense in this game, is there? But yeah, anyway, just so you know, I'm going to be gone for about 20 minutes, but I will be back. I'm just going to briefly be gone, and I'm going to be playing a Battle of Ohio podcast clip while I'm gone. But I'll definitely be back, and we'll be here for the whole second half and everything like that. But just so you don't get confused when I have to bail for a few minutes. Matthew, you're in 5th grade. Oh, get ready for middle school, buddy. As far as college, no, dude, I'm 30. I finished college in 2015 was when I finished college, and then 2018 is when I actually got my degree due to some weird, stupid stuff. But no, I haven't been in college for about 7 years. All right. Commanders punt, and Bears don't really do much to return it. So it's going to be a defensive game. Now, I will say, so far, it has been so when the Bears are on offense, it's been really boring, like a whole lot of nothing. Justin Fields just can't get anything going, but it's not particularly interesting. On the other hand, the Commanders' defense has been so far, or not the Commanders, the Bears' defense so far has been somewhat fun to watch. So, that's what I prefer. I like it when defenses play well. What we got last Thursday was not defenses playing well. Right now, you have the Bears defense is playing fairly well. The Commanders defense is really just kind of letting the Bears just have no offense, and the Commanders just cool. Don't have to do anything. Awesome. But the Bears, on the other hand, I definitely think that they're doing quite well right now. You think I look young? I mean, maybe it's the red hair. I don't know. I don't know. Thank you, though. But no, I'm 30. Texted you Twitter and subbed. I did not get, or did you just do that right now? Because I definitely was looking for you earlier today. Okay, about 1 minute ago. Okay, all right, yeah. I will respond to that later. I'm not going to do it right now, but I will respond to that later. But that sounds like a good idea to me. What you messaged me, so we'll talk about that. But yeah. So this is an interesting whole lot of nothing today. Honestly, like I don't know what the NFL is doing. Like I mean, they're clearly not interested in giving Amazon really their best of the best games. Amazon paid a lot of money for that contract. Didn't really don't seem like they're getting a whole lot out of it right now. Yeah, man, for sure. I look forward to it. I've been last year. I was doing like I haven't been doing preview videos this year because like I had like a plan for the preview videos and it kind of fell through. And then like I mean honestly, I have more fun doing the power rankings and the reaction videos, and then I'm streaming more, and I'm just kind of like, do I really need the preview videos? So I just kind of haven't been doing them. But Justin Fields fakes the handoff, gets it out to Cole Kmet for a first down, the first good offensive play of the entire game for both teams. So that's something. But yeah, I was doing previews last year, and I kind of liked them because we kind of had like kind of a comedy value going on there too, with my buddy Aaron playing some characters, but he wasn't able to play them this year. And honestly, I just didn't really like all those preview videos. Like when it didn't like outside of the comedy aspect weren't really super popular. So I just kind of like this year, I'm just kind of like I'm pumping out a lot of content anyway. Like I don't really need to do it, but I mean. First down for the Bears. Justin Fields fakes the handoff, gets it to Cole Kmet short, and he gets all the way up for a first down. There's a flag on the play, though. There's a flag on the play. We'll see what that flag is. But my original idea for preview videos was basically to get fans of opposing teams and then talk to them about the game ahead of time. So that's kind of what you're talking about there, Who Dat Center. An eligible man downfield there for Larry Borum. So can't do that, bud. Cannot do that. Can't do that at all. But yeah, if I can find people in general to like fans of all 32 NFL teams and like preview the game with them, like I said, my whole channel is about the fan perspective, right? Like my whole thing is I always try to be honest, but it's about getting the fan perspective because there's too many professional journalists out there, right? Who are like, making professional journalism content, but like, I want to hear from the fan, like all the trash talk, all the, like all the dumb, like terrible cold takes and everything like that. And I mean, journalists give them too, but they're so careful not to give cold takes, like I just, I see what I see, and I just like that fans are like that. So that's kind of like what I wanted to do with previews, and maybe down the line as, like my network expands and stuff like that, I might start doing previews kind of like that. But I just, haven't really had a whole lot getting a lot of fans of opposing teams to be interested. Sometimes I get them, but not really enough for it to be consistent. Justin Fields shotgun snap, fakes the handoff, looking around. He's got time to throw. He's got a man. I think that's not Cole Kmet. No, that's a wide receiver, number 18, for about a 20-yard gain on the play. That was Bears offense is moving, and thank God, because I could not take another game like last week, man. Like Dante Pettis on the reception there, burning the hell out of Fuller. Like he's just wide open. Oh, no. Fuller wasn't even on the thing. He was just close to him at first. Justin Fields fakes the handoff and decides to run with it anyway, looking like he's going to try to throw the ball, even though he was like getting dangerously close to going over that line of scrimmage. So I make that mistake in Madden all the time, personally. So, but I would hope an NFL quarterback would be better about not making that mistake all the time. Who dat? I've been making videos and reached a peak in content. However, my lazy bug kicked in. I was too tired to do anything. So now I got to make up ground. Feel that, man. I feel that. I'll respond to that in a second. But Justin Fields hands the ball off to David Montgomery. Picks up about 2 yards on the play. So it's going to end up being 3rd and 3 now. But I had kind of similar for me this offseason. It wasn't as much laziness. It was just that I was building a financial advisory practice is what I was doing. And it took up all of my time. I had to pour every single thing into it. Not to mention I kind of based this whole thing based on the fact that I was working at FedEx and I had time at the end of the day to do it. But when I was doing the financial advising thing, I didn't have time to do this. So I wasn't active this offseason. But like you, I'm trying to ramp it up too. So Justin Fields, shotgun formation, takes the snap, looks to his left, and he throws. And that's going to be caught. And I think he might have gotten enough for the first down on the second effort. Looked like he was going to be dragged down about 2 yards behind. Refs are calling that super close. They might have to measure that. That is really close. That if they get it, it's going to be by like a finger. Darnell Mooney again on the catch. I think he got it. So like honestly, if the refs, let's see, if the refs call this short, they are calling it short. I would potentially challenge that, but it looks like they're going to get the fourth down conversion anyway. So. Sorry, my son's talking to me real quick.
I gotta tell you this.
Okay, I'm in the middle of a stream, so what is it?
It's 8:30.
It is 8:30, so you need to take a bath. Go take a bath. Okay, go take a bath.
Hi, Thomas.
That's not Thomas is not. That's not. This isn't the podcast, Murphy. I'm just watching a game. Thomas isn't on this one. He's referring to my co-host, the Battle of Ohio podcast, Thomas Starjo. Go follow him at T_star94. He's good. Oh, what just happened there? Getting into a bit of a scrum on the field, or okay, I think number 67 there. I think he just kind of flopped, maybe. Like he's just like, I've been hit, trying to draw a flag or something. That's funny. I'm looking at the wrong team's roster. Oh no. He did push him, but that was still probably a bit of an over-exaggeration. The refs were like, no. But that was Sam Mustafer. Sam Mustafer on the flop. All right. Justin Fields going to go under center, is going to hand the ball off to, what would be from the fullback position, but that's not a fullback who actually took the ball. That is actually Velus Jones Jr. Wow. Kind of forgot he was on the Bears. He was a big draft crush of mine because the Bengals really need I felt like one of the few holes that the Bengals had after last year was that they didn't really have much as far as the return game. Actually, often last year, the return game got us in trouble. That's the main reason we lost to the 49ers last year is because Darius Phillips couldn't field a punt to save his life. So I was like, let's go get a good returner since we have the luxury of, being like going and getting picks that we just want rather than like picks that we absolutely need. Like we needed to address offensive line. But we did that in the offseason, and then we got Cordell Volson in the first round. So, I mean, that's why we took Dax Hill in the first round because it's like, we can kind of take whatever we want. It's cool. We got a good roster. But I would have liked to see Velus Jones Jr. But anyway, I'm getting a little ahead of myself because we missed a play there. Jack Del Rio. I forgot Jack Del Rio was on the I like Jack Del Rio. Defensive coordinator of the Commanders now. But anyway, Justin Fields, shotgun formation, takes the snap, throws, and it's batted in the air, and it's going to be intercepted. I think. Yes, it is intercepted. It is, in fact, intercepted. Pass batted in the air, goes way up in the air, and looks like Jonathan Allen comes down with it. Of course it is. Still got beef with you, Jonathan Allen, for hurting my quarterback. Was not okay. Oh, looks like he's actually the one who batted up in the air too. So he created that whole turnover. He didn't just get lucky. He's the one who batted up in the air and he came down with it. So good on you, Jonathan Allen. I mean, I still don't like you, but good play. Good play. So as you can see, I'm still predicting 17-14 in favor of the Bears here. And that turn of events kind of makes me continue to think that because I don't believe in any way, shape, or form that the Commanders are going to do anything with this turn of possession. But it was looking like it might be potentially a higher scoring output from the Bears here, but stuff like that's going to keep you down. And I feel like that's the main reason I made this prediction, 17-14, is because I figured the Bears are probably going to miss a lot of opportunities to score, even though they'll probably be in position to score, right? And that's what we're seeing right now. So that's real huge. By the way, Who Dat Center, I'm going to go ahead and follow you here because that way I will get notifications of your messages and we can talk about that. But yeah, so for anybody who's watching right now, if you're interested, me and the Who Dat Center going to go live tomorrow and do a preview of the Bengals Saints game. So it's going to be my first preview since the Super Bowl because I just haven't been doing them this year because honestly, not really that big of a thing. Wasn't really too big last year, and I was just like, I got other content that's doing better, dude. Like, I did my reaction to the Bengals Ravens Monday night or Sunday night football game, and I mean, it's partially my fault because like I said a Bengals fan melts down, and then everybody started calling me like a toddler and stuff, and I was like, well, if you actually watched it, you know, like. You know, like, I mean, I was upset. I was angry, but I wasn't like actually melting down. I just did that so people would watch it. You know, it's like almost kind of clickbaity, but that's fine because I'm trying to grow my channel. But it worked out. That video got like 720 something views. Actually, it's probably more by now. I don't even know what it's got now. Boy. Yeah, whatever. I'll check later. There's a football game going on there, and that's more important. All right, Carson Wentz is in the pistol formation. Actually, it's not pistol. There's no fullback, so it's not pistol. I don't know what you'd call that though. Like it's I formation, but no, it's I formation. Duh. All right, so it's about a 6-yard pickup on the run, but there is a flag on the play. Oh God, it's currently over. It's 1.2K views. That video blew up. False start on the offense, so that's going to push him back. It was a decent first play there, but didn't really. It's one of the better offensive plays they've had all day. Still didn't do much. Taken back though because of a false start, so that sucks, dude. Just like you, Carson Wentz, you suck too. You suck, Carson Wentz. That's just so you all know that's Thomas's thing, but I'm admitting it now. All right, Bears do better on that play, so it's going to be a run up to the right or outside the right guard, and the Bears stuff it. So it's I think it picks up about 1.5 yards on the play, but not much more beyond that. Talking all about Carson Wentz, been sacked 20 times. Third most in the NFL. I wonder, like, the Bengals offensive line's been doing better, so I wonder where Joe Burrow actually is on that. I wonder where Joe Burrow is amongst, like, most sacked quarterbacks right now, because I imagine it's probably gone down. Anyway, Carson Wentz shotgun formation is going to fake a handoff, and he's going to throw. He's got a man, and he's going to pick up a first down. It's going to be number 85, Turner. It's going to be Cole Turner. Number 85 there on the first down pickup. It's going to be about 15 yards, enough for a first down. And the Washington offense is, I don't want to say moving just yet. That was one first down that they've had. And I think one, substantial play that they've had. But, hey, it's better than nothing, right? All right, let's see. So the most sacked quarterback in the NFL right now is Matt Ryan. That makes sense. And Matthew Stafford tied at 21. Carson Wentz going to hand the ball off. He's going to get to the outside. He's going to get to about 3, maybe 4 yards on the play. So, I guess that works. Okay, so Matt Ryan and Matt Stafford, both of the Matts, are tied for the most sacked quarterback in the NFL right now at 21. Carson Wentz, as we just mentioned, is third in the NFL at 20. And then you got Joe Burrow, who's number 4 at 18. So, clearly, that sounds like a lot, but it's been coming down. I mean, he was like by far and away the most sacked the first couple of weeks. So the fact that he's like only fourth now shows you how much better the offensive line's been playing. All right, so that's the end of the first quarter. We're going to take a break in the action. And actually, that's probably a good cue for me to go pick up my son. So I'm going to go ahead and throw the Battle of Ohio podcast on here. Heading to Colts to play, and I can't hear that at all. But Colts. I've been told so you're on the clock, Thomas. So
do I get 30 seconds or both get 30 seconds?
I'll be back. You get 30. You now have 25 seconds.
Okay. Jaguars versus Colts. Give me the Jaguars only because Matt Ryan looked really bad that last game. Trevor Lawrence, man, that's that boy, man. Trevor Lawrence is that boy. And I think he's coming around good second season. I still pick the Jaguars to win the division. And I'm going to Jaguars. I'm going to that team. I know they looked bad last week, but give me the Jaguars.
All right, fair. And, oh, wow, that's loud. I don't like that.
That's perfect.
It's just going to be loud today. But, all right, so that's you. And then now my 30 seconds. So I am also going to take the Jaguars. And the reason being, honestly, like I don't really trust the Jaguars right now, quite frankly. The Jaguars have been I've been picking them lately, and they've just been disappointing me and hurting me. So I don't really believe in the Jaguars right now. But you know who I absolutely do not believe in? That's the Indianapolis Colts. After that atrocious game, like obviously the Broncos deserve more shit for it, but man, the Colts, yikes. All right, so we both take the Jaguars on that one. Yikes, dude, for real. The Colts are just yikes right now. But next game we got is what really should be a primetime game. I don't know why it isn't, but this is if you're gonna watch one NFL game this week, watch this one. It's the Buffalo Bills heading to Kansas City to play the Chiefs. So Thomas, you're on the clock.
Man, it is a great game. Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen. Last year went overtime, and
anybody coming on knows
a heck of a game. You know, how do you not? As we speak right now, and the clock goes down, I'm having a struggle trying to figure out who I want to pick. But I'm going to go with the Buffalo Bills because this year they seem like a team destiny. Josh Allen looked hot, and he got some receivers like no other. Bing.
Sure. All right, your time is up in a very annoying way. All right, my turn. First of all, these two teams are, I think, really evenly matched right now. Like the Buffalo Bills, I think, are the best team in the NFL right now. But I also think that the Kansas City Chiefs are like the third best team in the NFL. So I mean, like it was really, really close. But I'm going to go with the Bills just because Josh Allen has been on another level lately. Honestly, the Bills really should be undefeated right now if it weren't for the end of that game with the Dolphins. So give me the Bills. All right.
We're rolling. This is fun. This is fun. This is actually a lot of fun. It's
interesting trying to think of something to say really quickly without just kind of rolling through it too quickly and not saying anything of substance. But it kind of forces you to say all the important stuff at first.
I think we'll get better as this goes along. But I really do like this. I really do like this. This is fun.
So you got the Denver Broncos. What a matchup. You got the Denver Broncos going to Los Angeles to play the Chargers. Go.
Damn. I really want to go with the Chargers because I'm on the train that Russell Wilson is washed. But I watched that Chargers team last week. The Chargers team got a lot of issues. And I think the Broncos defense can take advantage of the issues the Chargers get. So I'm actually going with the Broncos. And I'm not making it my big upset of the week, but I'm going to Broncos.
Okay.
Not my big upset of the week, but
I think that's fair because I don't really believe in either team right now. But
yeah.
Anyway, my turn. So like I said, I don't really believe in either of these two teams. The Chargers are like not very good. I know they just beat you guys, right?
Yeah. Barely.
Yeah. So I mean, they beat you guys, but they didn't do it in an exactly convincing fashion. I don't know how hurt Justin Herbert really is, and like I got this feeling that like Russell Wilson's gonna do something of some substance eventually. So I'm also taking the Broncos here. And we are picking all the same teams. So this is going to be an interesting week. We're actually right now, just to be clear, I don't think I mentioned this earlier, but I am currently 2 games ahead of you because if you recall, we got tied up last week. And before last week we got tied up, and then last week I got 2 games ahead of you. So I am currently 2 games ahead of you. So I guess if we're going to pick all the same teams, then that's an advantage for me, I suppose.
Yeah.
But all right, so next one we got is the Green Bay Packers hosting the New York Jets. Go.
Packers. I don't know why I thought about that for so long. It's easy. I mean, Aaron Rodgers is good. Yeah, well, actually, it's not actually an easy one because the Packers, they do have a lot of problems. Like as much as I really want to go with the Packers, I'm going to stick with the Packers, but they got a lot of problems. I think Aaron Rodgers is growing sour on people. Let's still go with the Packers.
Yep. All right. So my turn. I see. I don't even know because both of these teams are 3-2, so I don't know if this counts. I'm gonna make this my big upset of the week. Like 2 weeks in a row, I'm gonna pick the Packers to lose the big upset of the week matchup because I think the Jets are actually a good football team right now, and I think the Packers have a lot. I think the Packers are really getting in their own way, and I think they just need they need to get out of their own way, and if they don't, then they're not going to win games. So I know that's terrible analysis, but I kind of had to wrap it up there. No,
I mean I agree with you, man. The Packers, man, they got some problems, man.
No, right. I just meant at the end where I was like the Packers are bad because they're not going to win football games. That's basically how they do it. So just got to get used to the timer, man. All right. So next we got the Baltimore Ravens traveling to New York to play the Giants. Go. Oh wait, no.
I'll go with the Giants.
Sorry. We do the AFC North games at the end. So we're going Minnesota Vikings traveling to Miami to play the Dolphins. Go.
I'm going to go to the Vikings. Okay. I think the Vikings they've been looking good the last couple of weeks. But also I just don't think that the Dolphins are going to be able to come back after the Tua injury. I think that they're going to be struggling. I think McDaniel's going to be in some trouble. And both McDaniels are in trouble right now. So I'm going with the Vikings. Very simple.
Okay. That's good timing there. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and start. I'm also going to go with the Vikings. And the reason for that, Thomas, is because I don't necessarily fully agree with you that I think the Dolphins are trash now that they're playing, without Tua Tagovailoa, but they're also playing without Teddy Bridgewater in this game. Skylar Thompson is going to start again this week. So we saw what happened when the Dolphins tried to play with Skylar Thompson last week, right? I think, the Vikings are inconsistent and weird, but they are a good football team this year, though. So I think they're going to win this game.
You don't believe in a third string quarterback at all? Because I don't either.
No. I already watched what the Dolphins did with the third string quarterback last week. So, all right. Next up, you got the the Commanders. I like the Washington football team better, personally.
Me too. Them darn commies.
It was so stupid. It was now
we got to call them the commies.
Which is also kind of funny, but anyway, you Hilarious. Got the Washington Commanders traveling to Chicago to play the Bears on the most compelling Thursday night football matchup of all time. So, you tell me what's going to happen, Thomas.
Why I keep doing this to us? But let me say this. I'm mad at the world. Kyle, you want to know why I'm mad at the world? It's because it's still in my bit. I put the train tracks down. I built the train. I put the coal in the train. I lit the fire in the train. And I was on the Carson Wentz train that he sucks since the beginning. I've been saying that since the beginning. Stop taking my thunder, ESPN. Give me the Bears.
You pulled that together at the last second. Congratulations.
I know I'm amazing.
Right.
Like I said, this is fun for me.
There you go. All right, so I am also going to take the Bears. Quite frankly, because like I am also upset, Thomas. Like you're upset, I'm also upset. You know why?
Why?
Because they keep trying to like tell us that Carson Wentz deserves to start as an NFL quarterback, and he quite frankly doesn't. The Commanders are terrible. The Bears aren't that great either, but I think the Bears are better than the Commanders. So, I mean, honestly, I'm just going to take the Bears by default here because the Commanders are awful.
You suck, Carson.
You do suck, Carson Wentz. Like, I mean, I wasn't necessarily on that train with Thomas as hard before, but now I'm just like, dude, you're terrible. Like
it's kind of funny how they just kind of just took off like that.
All right. So, Thomas, you got the San Francisco 49ers traveling to Atlanta to play the Falcons. What you got?
49ers, Falcons.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going with the 49ers. 49ers been able. One thing the 49ers do a good job of, they do a good job of beating bad teams. They're a very consistent team, well coached.
Right.
You know, I mean, Jimmy Garoppolo, man. That guy just doesn't go away. 49ers.
All right, fair enough. So that's pretty much my reasoning as well. Jimmy Garoppolo, as much as like I don't think he's that great of a quarterback, he like all he does is win. Like I mean, his record is weirdly good, man. So I mean, like, you know, until further notice, especially going up against a team that I just like, despite the fact that they have been doing okay this year, I just don't believe in the Falcons at all. So I'm going to take the team that is quarterbacked by a guy who always wins with them. 49ers.
Yep.
All right. So next up, you got the Arizona Cardinals traveling to Seattle to play the Seahawks. Go.
You know, Seattle really hasn't been that bad this year.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? I don't trust Cliff Kingsbury. You had a big upset this week. I got a big upset this week. I'm going to make this my big upset of the week. I'm going with the Seahawks. Give me the Seahawks. Right. Make me a G in Seattle. Yeah. What was that? Yeah. Big upset of 3 points this week? Or two?
Yeah. That was the other thing I forgot to mention. We're making we're adding a new rule. We're actually making the big upset of the week matter this time. So if you get it right, then you get an extra 3 points on the season. If you get it wrong, then you lose 3 points. And you can't pass. You have to pick one.
Yeah.
So
that's my big upset. I'm going with that one.
All right. So I am going to tell you, Thomas, that I think that's a trash big upset of the week pick. And the reason for that is because it's not an upset. Like the Cardinals suck, dude. And Geno Smith, sign me up for the Geno Smith experience, quite frankly. Because like, I mean, he's killing it. I can't lie. So I mean, dude, honestly, I don't believe in the Cardinals. You know how I felt about the Cardinals. We've talked about it plenty on this podcast. I'm coming around on the Seahawks right now, so I'm taking the Seahawks.
Awesome.
And yes, you designated as your big upset of the week, so that designation does matter. I'll give it to you. I just don't agree that it's a big upset. But if they win, we'll give. Yeah, if they win, we'll give you 3 points though, because you used your one card for the week, right? And
I didn't realize how bad the Cardinals were this year. I just assumed the Cardinals were a lot better than 2 and 3, and I just looked at it and like, dang, they really are 2 and 3. Dang, they really are bad. Like,
yeah,
like I had a theory, but
the Cardinals are like the Ravens. They always collapse at the end of the year, and they're not even getting off to a good start. So,
yeah.
All right. So next up, we got the Carolina Panthers traveling to LA to play the Rams. Go.
You know, I used to like Baker Mayfield. Yeah, I mean, they did just fire the coach, so I think Baker Mayfield gonna have a better game, but they ain't beating the Rams. And the Rams are getting older, man. The Rams are getting older. So I've been saying that. I think there's some weakness. The Rams aren't as good as they were before. But I'm gonna still go with the Rams.
Okay, that's fair. And you had 2 seconds to spare there, so congratulations. So I am going to go ahead and start my timer, and I kind of wish that I hadn't already used the big upset of the week, because I'm going to be honest, Thomas, I'm going with the Panthers here. I'm going with the Panthers because NFL teams have a tendency, the week after that their terrible head coach is fired, they end up rallying around it and making a big push.
That's
and
true.
Honestly, the Rams, I haven't really felt like the Rams have been much lately. The Rams have not been impressing me. So I think the Panthers are going to get it done this week just because of the coach and the momentum.
I wouldn't be surprised.
All right, so last non-AFC North game that we got is the Cowboys and Eagles. Tell me what you got.
All right, this one's going to be fun. This one is a fun one. This is going to be a fun game. Yeah, that's going to be a fun Sunday night football game. You know what? I'm going with Jalen Hurts. Because how do you not like that man? But I mean, Cooper Kupp's been looking good. I can't believe how good he's been looking, man. But give me Jalen Hurts. The Eagles have been playing insane this year. They've just been playing insane. And I'm going to ride with the Eagles until the wings fall off.
It's fair. All right. So I'm also going to take the Eagles just because, like, I really, I've always been a Jalen Hurts fan. Like, I've felt like the Eagles might be frauds here and there, and I guess I was wrong about that. But I've never not believed in Jalen Hurts. I've always thought he's a really good quarterback. And, like, the Cowboys – I still just wonder, like, how long can Cooper Rush keep it up? I know he's the first quarterback. I think the first, like so there's some stat like he's some quarterback to go 5-0 in his first 5 starts in NFL history, but I just don't buy it. I'm going with the Eagles because I just think they got the better quarterback and pretty similar team. So I know I went a little over there, but I had to finish my thought and justify it. So let's move on to the AFC North games, and we're going to start with the one where you already kind of tipped your hand on which team you're picking. But we're going to start with the Baltimore Ravens traveling to New York to play the Giants. Go.
Give me the Giants. Saquon is going to go off on the Ravens. But here's the other thing, though. I really do think that the Giants have a really good defense or a solid defense, a very serviceable defense. Their defense has been they've been doing their thing. They're 4-1. They just took care of Packers team. So I'm going with the Giants. I think Saquon's going to have a big game. I think they're going to get to Lamar Jackson and get some interceptions on Lamar Jackson. Give me Giants.
All right. Sounds good. All right. So I am also going to go with the Giants because it's just a strength on weakness thing, right? Like, I mean, that Ravens run defense, if Joe Mixon and Samaje Perine can each average nearly 6 yards per carry, think about what Saquon Barkley's going to do to him, dude. Like, for real. Honestly, like, the Ravens have not been impressing me. I know, like, they beat us and they made us look like idiots, but to be completely honest, they didn't look particularly good either, right? Like, the Ravens didn't, like, I mean, Lamar Jackson was overthrowing dudes all day, so I don't buy the Ravens right now, even though they beat us. Give me the Giants.
Heck yeah.
Next up, we got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers traveling to Pittsburgh to play the Steelers. What you got?
Oh, yes. All right, so I'm going to use so first of all, Tampa's going to win this game. So for the next 24 seconds, I'm going to just talk about how much I love Tom Brady. Like, Tom Brady, like, I mean, you're my dude, man. Like, me and you just go out, smoke cigars, go on the boat, drink some margaritas, talk about how you just going to smoke the Steelers this weekend. Like, Tom Brady, you that boy, man. Like, you that boy. Just do your thing with the Steelers, man. Go ahead, stop them around with it.
All right, Tom Brady or Thomas Stargell, love letter to Tom Brady. Gotta love it. All right, so my turn. I am also going to take the Buccaneers because I mean this one doesn't really need much analysis. The Steelers are a very bad football team. They're awful. Kenny Pickett is. I'm sure Kenny Pickett one day might be good, but he's not right now. And the Steelers are putting them in a really rough situation. And the Buccaneers are Super Bowl contenders. So, I mean, I know they're not perfect, but it's the Steelers, dude. The Steelers are horrible this year. So
Terrible.
I mean, Tampa, easy. All right.
So fun. It's so fun. It's so much fun watching them lose.
I love it. It's almost making the fact that we're getting off to a slow start easier to take. But next up, we got the New England Patriots traveling to Cleveland to play the Browns. Go, Thomas.
I'm going with the Patriots. Why, you might ask?
I actually do.
Because honestly, I know we should win this game, but I see this team lose enough games by 1 point. It's prove that you can win. Prove to me that you can win. Prove to me that you can win. They haven't proved to me that they can win. At the end of the day, Bill Belichick find ways to win games. I'm going to Patriots, unfortunately.
All right. So, congratulations, Browns. You've officially broken Thomas.
Yeah, that's pretty hard.
All right. So I am going to be the optimist in the group this time. I'm going to go with the Browns, and it's because of the stuff that we talked about a half hour ago. The Browns running game is absolutely deadly right now, and the Patriots don't do well against the run. They got a third string quarterback starting right now, and I know he looks good, but I don't know. I think it's a softball here for the Browns defense, and that Browns running game is going to destroy him. Just hopefully Jacoby Brissett doesn't throw another pick in the end zone. That's all I got to say. All right, last game that we got to talk about. We got the Cincinnati Bengals traveling to New Orleans to play the Saints. What you got?
Bengals. I think that this is the game that Jamar Chase breaks out. I think this is the game that the Bengals get their offense rolling. Them be playing indoors. Something about playing indoors is make you just feel faster. Now that stadium's going to be rocking. New Orleans Stadium's always rocking. It's one of a lot of stadiums in the NFL. But I'm going with the Bengals for this one.
All right. Beat the timer. All right, so I'm gonna pick the Bengals too, man. I'm starting to get a little skeptical, but like I said, last year Week 6 is when the Bengals really kind of took off as a potential Super Bowl contender. The Saints just don't have much of a pass rush right now, so I think Joe Burrow is going to have all day to throw. And honestly, if he can get all day to throw, he's going to throw. He's going to do something. And that's what we've been missing so far this year. So, I mean, I trust the defense to stop the Saints from scoring a ton of points. And then I think the offense is going to, score a decent number of points. So it's not going to need to come down to the defense having a big drive at the end of the game.
Got it?
Be aware my stream is on right now, so anything you say will be on microphone.
Ah!
Okay, I'm saying that. But also Murphy's asleep, so no, he's not. He's in the back. Murphy, oh, your mom's asleep though. Murphy, how's your back going? You in there? Okay, are you done? No, what? Oh, yeah, so Connor, you should probably not.
That's why I opened it very slightly, so I didn't like intrude too much.
Shouldn't open it at all if somebody's changing.
I didn't know it was. But yeah, fair.
But you should always knock on closed door. She was very busy.
And you don't have school on Friday.
Yep.
I'm aware.
Get dressed. That's time.
Oh, you're really good.
Mm-hmm. You done? Just get your pants on, so I can come in and give you your water. Oh, Murph. I don't have all night, seriously. No, I got a show I'm doing, dude. Are your pants on? Okay. Dude, one. Get in bed. Good night. Hey. That. See, I don't like it when you say that. You're the one who got a problem with it. God, don't have kids. We got 3 people watching. Huh. 3 people watching my stream while I'm gone the whole time. I think the video was over too. We just got 4 people. We got 4 people watching, and I think the video was over. Sorry about that. My had to go get my son. My other son's just taking forever to get to bed. But anyway, back to the game, and oh god, it's still 0-0. Carson Wentz throws, and it's not caught, and it's going to be 4th down, and it looks like they're in field goal range, so we're at least going to get some points. What did we do to deserve this game? For any of the 4 of you who are watching, though, for any of the 4 of you who are watching, leave a comment. I'll put you up on the screen. Looks like I got some to catch up with. What did I miss? No, it's not Who Dat Nation, Matthew. Matthew. That was a video, Matthew. I mentioned actually while you were watching earlier that I had to go get my son. I actually put it down here at the bottom. I had to go pick up my son from work, and I had to get my other son to bed. So that's what was going on with that. Appreciate you watching, bub. But yeah, all right, we are back. We are back. And this football game is looks like I didn't miss much. Actually, I know I was listening on the radio, but looks like I didn't miss much at all. So the Commanders do have a 3-0 lead now, so they're winning. And honestly, the way the Bears offense has been playing, it might be an insurmountable lead. Might be an entirely, utterly insurmountable lead. So I guess, I don't know. I don't know what we're doing here. I don't even know what's going on, but maybe one of these days. But let's see, what's the rest of the Thursday night schedule look like? That's what I'm curious about that. Let's see. Prime Video Thursday Night Football, because they're just going to put it like that. So next week, we got the Saints traveling to Arizona to play the Cardinals. That's not interesting. We got the Ravens playing the Buccaneers the following week. Now that might be interesting. I mean, honestly, I think the Ravens are frauds, but who am I to say that as my team kind of lost to them recently? So, but I think the Ravens are frauds personally. Then we got the Eagles and Texans, which I like. The Eagles are really good, but the Texans, so that's not interesting at all. Falcons and Panthers, that's awful. Titans and Packers, that one might be kind of interesting. That one might be like a little interesting, right? Bills, Patriots, that could be kind of cool. Raiders, Rams, depends on if the Raiders can get their shit together. 49ers, Seahawks might be interesting. Jaguars, Jets, oddly enough, that one might be interesting. So it looks like the games get a little bit better as you kind of go down the rest of the season. But I mean, just the next couple of weeks, it's going to be a minute before we get to any good games. So it looks like the Commanders are going to kick off back to the Bears. And it's going to be a touchback because it pretty much always is anymore. And yeah, so that's looks like I missed a really good run by Khalil Herbert, so that would have been cool to watch. I don't remember hearing that one on the radio. I was listening on the radio. I don't remember hearing that one, so might have been during the period of time when I had the radio off because I wasn't listening the whole time. All right, Justin Fields is going to take a shotgun snap from the 25-yard line. Rolls back, looking around, can't find anybody. He's going to have pressure, evades the pressure this time. Just going to run for a yard, though. Like, dude, you got like 40 seconds left. Come on. Like, and as we saw from like the replay earlier, it did look like there were plenty of people down the field for him to throw the ball to. So I don't know what he's doing out there, but I mean, maybe everybody. I didn't see the field, so maybe everybody was covered on that one. You never know. Let's see. Is that the Equiminius St. Brown? I didn't realize he was on the Bears now. Man, all the St. Brown families in the NFC North. Justin Fields, empty shotgun snap. Got a lot of pressure again, and he just bails out of the pocket once again. He's not even trying to look for receivers at this point. Picks up about 3 on the play, but now it's going to be 3rd and 6. So the Bears are going to take a timeout. And honestly, with the way their offense is going, I'd just run the clock out, honestly. Like, I mean, I understand that you're trying to put something together. You're trying to build some momentum, and you want to maybe see if you can put some points on the board, because if not, maybe 3-0 is insurmountable. But, I mean, I don't know. Honestly, like, the way the first couple of plays have gone, I think you just try to run the clock out. Or maybe not run it out, but, like, run it down to, like, 15 seconds. That way you can try to take a couple plays, take a couple shots, and, like, it's like if you don't get the shots, then it's like there's not really any time left for Washington to do anything. Not that there's really any time left for them to do anything now, because it's not like their offense is any good either with, like, 30 seconds left. But we'll see. Justin Fields, shotgun snap. Looking around. Got all the time in the world this time. And he takes so long. Oh, he's going to get a first down. All right. He takes so long to try to find anybody that eventually the really good protection does eventually break down. Everybody starts circling him around him, and he uses his legs to go pick up a first down. So that works out. Now that clock's running, so they're doing a replay here, so I'm wondering, like, are they like with that clock running? I don't think they had another timeout. So is the clock just running right now? Or are they just like, that was a good play? I would think, like, now you would want to get up to the line and get going. It's like Jonathan Allen's going off the field. Looks like he's fine, though. I was wondering if he's just like, they're making a big deal of it on the camera, so I imagine he probably, like, got some sort of like tightness or something going on. They're just, giving him a little bit of a rest. All right, Justin Fields, shotgun formation. Got David Montgomery to his right. He takes a snap. He's looking around. He's got pressure all over the field this time. And he's just got to bail out of the pass. Oh, he's hurt. Maybe. Slow to get up, but his teammates help him up, and he looks like he's going to be all right. So that's good. I think he took a big shot. I think that's part of what happened. Because he just had like 3 dudes right on top of him. Yeah, he took a big shot to the ribs. So he probably, I think he probably had the wind knocked out of him. I think that's probably what happened there. Because, I mean, he got right up. He was slow to get up, but he did get right up. So, you know, hopefully it's just that. All right, rolls back after the shotgun snap. Throws with the pressure, and he's got the first down. He's going to go ahead to about the 45-yard line. Justin Fields is down once again with 4 seconds left. And he is really slow to get up now. Who's the Bears' backup? Because I have a feeling we might be seeing the final play taken by the backup quarterback, who is Trevor Siemian. Interesting. I was wondering where he's been at. Trevor Siemian's backup quarterback. Now, I mean, who knows? Maybe just it's got one more play left. Maybe Justin Fields stays in there because they are at the 45-yard line. I mean, it's like if a real like super duper ultra quick play to the sideline, and you could potentially get in field goal range here. He looks like he's in a lot of pain though, so I don't think if you're in that kind of pain, I don't think you take a shot, right? Like you don't try to throw it deep if you're in pain, right? Because I mean, you got just as much of a chance of taking a sack, and like I mean, can you really generate enough power for like a big throw? Whatever it is, they put a second back on the clock, so it's 5 seconds. I would think you try to throw it quick to the outside here, which is not what they're going to do. Time's out, and he is going to take a big shot all the way down the field, and looks like it's almost intercepted, but nobody comes down with it, and that's going to be the end of the half. So, whew, I'm almost kind of not sad that I missed half of that half, right? Trying to go pick up my son, and apparently concerning Matthew Thompson, who I guess didn't see my little message that I was gone. But yeah, so what a half, man. 3 whole points between the teams. And it's really just because, Washington had a run that went for a large number of yards. They just had like one big play, and that got them in field goal range. They couldn't really do anything else. So, I mean, like, if I sit here and I, get worried, I'm sometimes I sit there and I'm like, man, why is the Bengals offense so bad? It's like, all I got to do is I just got to look at teams like the Broncos and the Colts and the Commanders and the Bears, and I don't have to worry so much about my team's terrible offense because it's not that damn terrible. Oh boy, not really good enough to win enough games, but once again they started out slow last year. So, and week 6 was when they turned it on. So. You never know. The Saints game could be, the week that they really get going. You never know. I mean, that Saints defense is it's pretty good, but their pass rush isn't particularly good. So, I mean, you never know. This could be the week that really kind of sparks the Bengals because, I mean, that's what happened last year, right? Like the Bengals, the Bengals played the Lions, and it took them a minute to get going in that game, but eventually they sparked. And once that spark came on, it didn't really go off. I mean, it kind of went a little dormant there for a couple of weeks. They lost to the Jets and Browns in back-to-back weeks, and that was awful. But then that spark came right back on. And I mean, they had some bad games here and there, but I mean, the Lions kind of awakened the monster last year. So I wonder, you wonder if the Saints are going to do the same thing this year. That's just what I wonder about, because that pass rush from the Saints is not particularly good. So, I mean, it could be another one of those weeks where Joe Burrow's got all day to throw. Now, obviously, that didn't help last week. But, I mean, it's just you get Joe Burrow more opportunities, more chances in the pocket. He's going to get more comfortable, and he's going to start doing better. And that's just That's the way it's going to work. Like, he's got the talent, he's got the mindset, he's got the headspace to do it. Just, waiting to see when it's actually going to happen that he's going to do it. Yeah, Saints ranked 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, number 8 in the NFL in terms of worst pass rushing grade in Pro Football Focus. So, not particularly good. Not particularly good. Dude, I'll tell you one thing. I absolutely love the new Thursday night booth. Because, like, not that I didn't like the old Thursday night booth, but now you got Andrew Whitworth, who's my boy. You got Richard Sherman for, just insane entertainment factor. Ryan Fitzpatrick, also pretty damn good in entertainment factor. And then Tony Gonzalez, and I forget the girl's name, but she seems like she's got good chemistry with everybody. So, works out. I don't know her name though, but to be honest, like Tony Gonzalez, out of all of them, Tony Gonzalez is honestly probably one of the most boring ones on the screen. But that's okay. Like, not you got like 3 really strong personalities there, and the girl, again, I forget her name. Not trying to be disrespectful, but whoever she is, kind of bringing everybody together. And then it's just Tony Gonzalez is just kind of there. But I think it's okay that he's just there because, like, not everybody can be like, super high energy and it is kind of weird though. They've got like the 3 best personalities all kind of centered on one side of the booth. I mean, I guess maybe that makes it easier for like the camera, but it's just kind of like when you're watching, you're watching the right side of the screen the whole time. You kind of forget the people are over on the left side of the screen. You'd think you'd want it a little bit more centered, right? Like maybe Tony Gonzalez in the same spot. Then you have like Andrew Whitworth in the center, and then like Ryan Fitzpatrick to his left and right, and then you have the girl over on the far right side. Just for like the visual factor, right? Because I mean, you're kind of just watching the right side of the screen the whole time. But I mean, then again, what do I know? I'm not a sports media producer. Although I did just get a job as a sports media editor, so now I'm doing sports stuff like for real. I'm doing like sports stuff for real now, like real legit, like doing this as a career. So I'm happy about it. I'm pretty happy about it. That's all I got to say. Got one person watching the stream. Whoever you are, leave a comment. I'll put you up on the screen. We'll have a nice little discussion here. Don't take the fact that I didn't respond to Matthew Thompson here as evidence that I won't respond to you, because he posted all that when I was actually gone for about 20 minutes, and I don't think he realized that I was playing a recording of another live show that I do. Just like I don't do that during the games, but whoever you are, leave a comment and in the chat, and I'll put you up on the screen. Have a nice little discussion. But until then, I mean, quite honestly, there's not really much to analyze here. Like, I mean, Brian Robinson's back, and that's kind of interesting. Khalil Herbert has been having an okay day. He's got 65 yards rushing on the day, and yet the Bears have not had any points. Man, I see a lot of it came from one really long run. He hasn't really had much outside of that. That's fair. But honestly, the fact that the Bears came away with 0 points from that big long, like 50-yard run that he had, that's terrible, dude. Like that's depressing. Like that must have been while I was gone. Like, what did Justin Fields throw a pick? That must have thrown a pick or something. Let's go to the box score. If you're watching, let me know what happened if you saw it. But I am curious as to what happened on that play. So let's see. It was it obviously would have been a Bears offensive play. So we're going to find Herbert. "64-yard run." So that means that Khalil Herbert, if he's got 65 yards on the day and that one run went for 64 yards, then that means he's gotten one single yard outside of that run he had. That's awful. Okay, so what happened? Next play, Justin Fields scrambled for 1 yard, and then Washington got a penalty. So that got him even closer. And Khalil Herbert tried to run, didn't get anywhere. Justin Fields, incomplete pass. Justin Fields scrambles for 2 yards. Khalil Herbert runs for no gain. And that was on 4th down. So, okay. So the Bears tried to go for it on 4th down, which I guess, like, it seems like such a shame not to get a touchdown after you have a big 65-yard run. I guess that would be the thought process. You're just like, we have to have some momentum from that big play, right? Obviously not. But they ended up turning the ball over on downs. Just kind of crazy to think that it's currently a 3-point ball game, so game could be tied if you'd just taken the points there. I know it sucks, but also, like, on the previous drive, you threw an interception at the goal line. So maybe just take the points. You don't know, like, what's going to happen next time you're down here. If you get back there, honestly, the way the Bears offense has been, like, I mean, they have been moving the ball a little, not a whole lot though. Like, I mean, they've been getting first downs here and there, but they've also had, like, some 3 and outs. Like, I'm not impressed by that at all. But, like, I mean, man, the Bears offense has been better than the Commanders offense, which is crazy because the Commanders are the ones who are winning. The Commanders are the ones who actually scored points. So you never know. What the hell is the pile on? Something going on Prime Video? I hate that the NFL is in bed with Amazon. Like, I cannot stand Amazon personally. I think they're an evil, terrible company, and I don't want anything to do with them. To be clear, I'm not watching on Amazon right now. I'm watching on my subscription to NFL Game Pass International, which you can access through getting around geo restrictions with NordVPN, by the way. So if you want that, 69% off if you use my link in the description. And, I'd appreciate you for it. Help my channel out and help you out for getting you access to probably the best VPN service out there. Best one that I've found. I've used a lot of different VPNs, and honestly, NordVPN's by far and away the easiest one to use. And from what I've seen, definitely the most effective one too. Like, I mean, I don't have as many like glitch problems and stuff like that. And I've had some VPNs like slowed down my computer and stuff like that. And NordVPN is really just a seamless experience, right? So, like I said, 69% off in the description if you want NordVPN for what was it? I think your first 3 months, was it? I should probably know if I'm going to be advertising them, but it's I think it's 69%. It's definitely 69% off, but I think it's 69% off your first 3 months. So go check that out. And if you do, go to NFLGamePass.com and sign up for NFL Game Pass International. Now, I mean, there are a lot of different like ways you're gonna have to get through various aspects of the geo restrictions, and then it's really, really hard to find the NFL Game Pass International app just because of how like difficult the Google Play Store is with going to different countries and stuff like that, and like basically having like you need like a credit card, and it's a huge hassle to get the app, but you can get the service. And so like I'm watching the service. I'm not watching this on Amazon. Thank God, because I wouldn't be paying for it, and then we wouldn't be watching this right now, would we? We wouldn't be watching it at all. I wouldn't be streaming. Although honestly, the way the Thursday night games have been this year, maybe that wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. Also, I just saw that ball that that Jonathan Allen intercepted earlier on Justin Fields. I said earlier that he tipped it and then came down with it, but it looks like Justin Fields just hit some dude in the helmet. And that's how it got tipped. I thought I saw him go up and like knock it down himself, but according to that replay, Justin Fields just whacked some dude in the helmet. So that's like, it's not even like a good play by the defense. That's just Justin Fields being terrible, dude. Like, oh my God. I've been like going to bat a little bit for Justin Fields all year. Like, I'm saying like, well, I think he's getting there. I think he's going to be all right. Just needs to develop a little bit more. And just not really, dude. From what I'm seeing right now, he's awful. And I don't know if it's him. I don't know if it's the coaching. I don't know if it's like, I mean, he's got decent players around him. Like Khalil Herbert's a good like young running back. You got Darnell Mooney and Cole Kmet. Decent weapons. N'Keal Harry, a bust, but I mean, he's got talent. Velus Jones Jr., like, I stand by the fact that Ihmir Smith-Marsette. Did the Vikings release him? When did Smith-Marsette go to the Bears? God damn. Bears got two of my fucking kick returning draft crushes. Like both of them. Like Velus Jones Jr. from 2020, or Ihmir Smith-Marsette from 2021 and Velus Jones Jr. from 22, man. Like, it was like the Vikings had him for 1 year and cut him. Like, geez, I must be terrible at like I must just be awful at evaluating returner talent. Like man. All right, Carson Wentz hands the ball off. And he almost gets out of it, gets a couple extra yards out of the play, but is not able to get much more than that, and he goes down. So it's going to be about a 4-yard pickup there for Brian Robinson, the newly returned starting running back for the Washington football team. So that's good. All right, so it's going to be 2nd and 6. That was a 4-yard pickup. I always like to repeat that because, typically the refs tend to disagree with me a little bit on where exactly they're spotting the play. So he's going to hand the ball off once again, and he's going to fight ahead for the first down. Keep handing the ball off to that guy. Keep handing the ball off to Brian Robinson, dude. No wonder he's the starting running back because, like, I mean, he gets dudes on him and he fights for like 2 or 3 extra yards every time. Kind of reminds me of Samaje Perine, who I believe used to play for the Was it the Redskins? I think it might have been. I think they might have been called the Redskins when P. Ryan played there. All right, Carson Wentz is under center, and it was the Redskins. It was 2017-18. They were still called the Redskins at the time. Carson Wentz is going to hand the ball off in reverse format this time, and number 17 there is going to bowling ball his way ahead for about 5 yards on the play. Looked like he had a hole, but he kind of missed it. And that's Terry McLaurin. I should know Terry McLaurin. I don't know why I had to say number 17. I should know Terry McLaurin. It's not hard. Yeah, Terry McLaurin, man. He had a hole like right up the middle and then just got like smacked by the safety. Just got smacked. And he fumbled the ball and then recovered it in the air. Nice. That's just cool. Like even though it wasn't the greatest play I've ever seen before, that was cool to see that happen. All right, Carson Wentz going to hand the ball off, and he's only going to pick up about 2 yards on the play. That's Antonio Gibson, the backup running back. Although, I mean, I think Antonio Gibson's a pretty good player, so I don't know why he's the backup, but maybe Brian Robinson's really good. I mean, he's looked pretty good today. He reminds me of like I say, reminds me of Samaje Perine with that like never go down type mentality, All right, Carson Wentz is in shotgun formation. Getting set. Got a man to his right. Motions man to his left. Fakes the handoff. Rolls out to his right. Can't find anybody and just kind of gives up on the play. Takes a sack. Looks like he tries to bounce forward. Can't really get anywhere. Takes a sack. 4th down. Sucks to be you, Carson Wentz. It was Curtis Samuel on the motion, by the way. I don't really see what he's seeing. Like, I think he just kind of panics and gives up on the play. Like, the thing is, you got Brian Robinson open, like, short. Probably could have picked up the first down. Not really sure what that's all about, but whatever. Commanders going to punt because this game is a punt fest. And it's going to take a favorable Commanders bounce. Going to roll all the way down to about the 6-yard line. Nice. Good punt there. Good punt. And that's what we're reduced to, isn't it? We're reduced to talking about how good the punts are. Because that's the only thing exciting about this game. Like, can we get a Thursday night game that doesn't suck, dude? Seriously? Like, what is that? I think I said, like, next week, game sucks. Week after that, game sucks. Yeah, next week it's Saints-Cardinals. I mean, like, the Saints might be somewhat interesting, but the Cardinals are definitely not. Ravens-Buccaneers might be interesting. Like, honestly, I think the Buccaneers are going to take them to town, but the Ravens are a 3-2 football team. So, at the very least, it might just be interesting to see if they can play against can play against and beat like a real football team. Like, not to say the Bengals aren't a real football team. I just, I think their whole thing is they start slow and they haven't got things together yet. So it's like beating us now is not the same as beating us later on. So when we play them later in the year, if they beat us then I'll respect the Ravens for beating us. But like right now, we're not playing like a team that you should be all that proud of beating. Maybe we will be this week, though. Like I said, week 6 is when we turned it on last year, so you never know. Then it's Eagles, Texans, Falcons, Panthers, Titans, Packers, Bills, Patriots. So yeah, it looks like roughly about week 11 is when the Thursday night games kind of start getting good, and they don't stop being good. Like, it's like Raiders, Rams, depending on what's going on, might not be the greatest game in the world. 49ers Seahawks is probably going to be a fairly average game, but at least it's not bad. Jaguars Jets, as of right now, looks like it could be a pretty good game, but then again, like, to trust that the Jaguars are going to stay playing well, which they actually haven't been the last couple of weeks. You just never know what's going to happen there, but the Jets have been impressing me. The Jets have been playing pretty well, so got to give them credit for that. If you're watching the stream right now, leave a comment in the chat to the side, and I'll put you up on the screen and talk to you. And we'll have a nice little discussion, have a little bit of fun. All right, so looks like we're about to get back to action here. And not a whole lot of much to be interested about. So it looks like they actually marked the ball at the 5-yard line. I thought it was at the 6. I think that's a bad spot by the refs there. Justin Fields going to hand the ball off to David Montgomery, and he goes basically nowhere. I think he does pick up a yard, though. So it's been the story of this game, The story of this game has been a whole lot of nothing. I don't know. Maybe I'll get to bed early today, because that's what kind of game this is. The kind where I look forward to going to bed early. All right, 10:38 left in the third quarter. It's 2nd and 8. Justin Fields is in shotgun formation. Motions a man to his left, out of the backfield. Almost takes a safety, but he gets the ball off. Yep, he got hit and taken down, but he got the ball off before he started going down. So I almost want to say if you could call that intentional grounding, because there wasn't really much of anybody in the area there. Let's see the replay. Because if that's intentional grounding, that's a safety. Let's see, he throws. Okay, so like I guess the right wide receiver there was in the vicinity, and you could probably make the argument that like it would have gotten closer to him if he hadn't gotten hit. So I guess now that's a good play. So it's going to be a wide receiver screen to Velus Jones Jr. Nice utility player there for Chicago Bears. I told you he was going to be good. But a nice utility play there on the wide receiver screen and picks up about 11 yards for the first down. So especially after that last play, it was just kind of like a bust and almost ended up in a safety on multiple counts. Bears end up picking up a first down. So, but that's what the Bears have done today, man. They've moved the ball, and then they just don't do anything when they move the ball, you know? David Montgomery's going to take the ball and pick up about 2 yards on the play. So that's, yeah 2 yards. God, I wonder what's the, because obviously Khalil Herbert is going to have Khalil Herbert's averaging 16.3 yards per carry, but because he had a 64-yard run. And that's the only, and he has 65 yards on the day. So Justin Herbert's going to get the ball off, throw it. It's going to be, I think, caught. I think it's caught there by Darnell Mooney. Washington is signaling that it was not caught, but of course they're going to say that. I can't really tell because of the camera angle. They didn't really show what the ref said. Let's see what the replay says. I think he caught that. Oh no, maybe not. No, maybe not. Maybe not. He kind of steadies it with the ground, but the refs are giving it to him, so it's 3rd and 3. Justin Fields pitches out to David Montgomery, who's going to find a nice seam on the outside. He's going to go pick up about 10 yards on the play. So that's going to be a first down, a little bit extra beyond that. So the Bears offense is moving. Not a whole lot, but they're moving. You know, there's something to watch here offensively, right? And honestly, this game has been better than the last Thursday night game because at least the Bears have had some semblance of offense. They haven't been scoring, but I mean, I don't think you need to have high scoring games to be good football games. You just need to have, compelling stuff happen. And if the ball's moving, and barring great defense, if great defense is happening, then that's cool. But if it's just regular defense, if the ball's moving, even if you're not scoring, that's kind of fun to watch. I don't really care what the scoreline is. I mean, it's always interesting to see gigantic, hugely scoring games, but I don't think it's all that necessary. Justin Fields under center, going to fake the pitch. And he's going to find Darnell Mooney. Nice. Gets all the way out to the outside. Picks up about 19 yards on the play. So the Bears are moving. And it's okay, here's the thing, man. You hope you get a touchdown here. But if you stall out, take the damn field goal. Learn your lesson from the first quarter. Learn your damn lesson. Be okay with the field goal. If that happens, if you get a touchdown, great. But if you stall out, which I think the Bears are quite honestly in danger of doing sometimes, if you stall out, take the damn field goal. Justin Fields is going to hand the ball off and is going to go basically nowhere. Looks like Equimanius St. Brown almost is able to break out to the outside, but he's just barely tripped up at the end by, is that Kendall Fuller? It's Fuller. I don't think it's Kyle Fuller. Got the roster up. I can probably figure it out. Justin Fields going to go deep. It looks like he's got a touchdown. Yeah, he's got a touchdown. There we go. Got some scoring now for the Bears. To Peters. I think. Maybe Peters. I don't know. Find out later. Justin Fields is down on the ground, though, again. He is not doing good, dude. He is in a lot of pain. But he's getting back up. He's bouncing up. Number 18. Okay, that's... And it's a penalty on the defense, so who really cares? I'm looking at the Washington roster. That's why I'm having trouble. That was Dante Pettis on the touchdown. That was a great outside throw there by Justin Fields. Perfectly the only person who can catch that ball on that play is Dante Pettis. Good separation there a little bit. And just overall very good offensive play. So we've got a touchdown. It only took till the second half, but we got a touchdown. So that is good to see because I mean, just like something's happening, Something's happening. Maybe the second half will be better than the first half. You never know. You never know. Is that Cairo Santos, kicker? Yeah, it's Cairo Santos. I thought he was done playing. How old is he? He's 30? Ah, no. I thought he was older than that. Whatever. Cairo Santos. Gonna line up for the kick. It's up and it's good. All right, so it's 7-3 Bears. You love to see something happening. Now, I think me and Matthew Thompson earlier were talking about who we want to see win. And obviously, I don't really care. It's, two NFC teams that are fairly inconsequential, so I really have no stake in this game at all. But, I know people in Chicago, and Matthew's from Chicago, apparently. But I know people from Chicago. I know people, I have family who are Bears fans, so I guess if I had to pick a team to root for here, it'd be the Bears. But, I mean, honestly, it's just really by default because I really don't care about either team. Does anybody who's not actively a Bears fan or a Commanders fan care about either team? I don't think anybody does. Not since at least the 90s. Because back in the 80s and 90s, the Bears and Commanders were two of the more interesting teams. The Commanders, they were called the Redskins at the time, but they won 3 Super Bowls, didn't they? I remember the year I was born, the Washington Redskins at the time won a Super Bowl. Let's see. They did win 3. So they won one in 1992, the year I was born, 1983 against the Miami Dolphins, and 1988 in a blowout win over John Elway's Denver Broncos. So that's if y'all don't remember, that was the big thing with John Elway back in the day. That's part of the reason he was my favorite player when I was a little kid, because he was not only electrifying to watch, but he was such a comeback story. Because early in his career with the Broncos, everybody made a big deal about him coming out of the draft, and they're like, oh, he's the best quarterback prospect of all time. And then all he really ever did with the Broncos for the first half of his career was just get embarrassed in the Super Bowl. They made it to the Super Bowl 3 times and got blown out every single time. And then 97 and 98, they went on that magical run. And or was it 96, 97? I think 90. No, okay, it was 96. I actually forget. What was it? There's one season they beat the Falcons in the Super Bowl, and then there's the one season that they lost to Brett Favre's Packers. I thought they won 2 Super Bowls though. Let's see. 95. Let's see. Broncos. Yeah, back to back. They beat. So they. Okay, so I was wrong. The Packers beat the Patriots. I knew that. I don't know why I thought it was the Broncos, but the Packers beat the Patriots in the Super Bowl. That was Drew Bledsoe's New England Patriots back in the day, and Brett Favre beat him. Nobody has positive feelings about Brett Favre right now. But, John Elway's Denver Broncos beat the Packers. The Packers went back to the Super Bowl, but they lost to John Elway's Broncos. And the Broncos repeated in 99 and beat the Atlanta Falcons. So if you can believe that, because they weren't exactly a juggernaut team back then. Terry McLaurin's going to get the pass from Carson Wentz. He's going to pick up enough for about a first down. So it's going to be about 11-ish yard pickup, I think. It's so weird to think of Super Bowls in the 90s, man. Because 4 years in a row, you had the Buffalo Bills going and then losing. And then you had the Chargers went randomly. Then the Patriots went randomly. And then you had the Broncos beat the Packers, and that was kind of expected. But then you had the Falcons go randomly. So the 90s was a weird time, especially for Bengals fans. God. Ooh. Carson Wentz going to hand the ball off to number 24, Antonio Gibson, and he's going to get to the outside. He's going to pick up about 5 yards beyond the first down marker. It's going to be about 15 total yards on the play. And dude, he's got some speed. He's got some speed. Great block there by Cole Turner to give him the wide open lane on the end there. Like if it hadn't been for the good play there by the safeties, he could have housed that. All right, Carson Wentz takes a shotgun snap, throws, got a man on the middle, tackled pretty much immediately, but hey, complete a pass and you'll take that. They're moving the ball now, and this game suddenly has offense. What a miracle concept. Oh wow, he just barely got that pass off too. Like there was a dude who was about to tip that, and Carson Wentz just barely got it off in time. And it looks like he actually injured his hand. Might have pinched a nerve or something like that. He's kind of shaking it off, Carson Wentz going to take the snap, going to toss the ball out to Antonio Gibson. He's going to get a first down on the play. And Ryan, what's going on, Ryan? Don't care about this game. I also don't care about this game, but I'm streaming it because it's Thursday night and I ain't got anything better to do. Looking forward to the Bengals and Saints. I am too, because like I said, week 6 is when we turn it around, man. Last year, Carson Wentz going to hand the ball off to Antonio Gibson. He's going to pick up about 5 on the play. So both teams are moving in on offense. Finally, something's happening. Bengals got to beat all four teams all the way to the bye. That way we can get optimistic. So, I think you can already be maybe a little optimistic right now. You also might get hurt because they haven't turned it on yet. But the offensive line's been playing better. You've been seeing the flashes. You've been seeing things have kind of been happening with the Bengals. I think they actually might genuinely be about to turn it on. Like I said, week 6 was when they turned it on last year. So Carson Wentz going to hand the ball off to Antonio Gibson once again, who's going to find a hole. He's going to find the perfect seam right there on the left side, and he's going to plow his way ahead for about a 12-yard pickup, and he's going to go down about the 28-yard line. And like I said, man, not the 28, sorry, about the 18-yard line. And the Commanders are moving the ball. As like you, Ryan, I don't care about this game, but I'm watching it, so I just want to see a good game. Oh, Ryan, what do we got coming up, man? Bengals schedule. I am watching this Commanders game, but we'll look at the Bengals schedule when they're not doing anything. But they are about to do something. Got Carson Wentz in the weirdest looking pistol formation I've ever seen before. You got a fullback and a tight end on the play. Dumps the ball off to Antonio Gibson for about a 6-yard pickup. That was so weird. It was a pistol, but also you had a tight end who was actually you had a deep tight end who was right in front of the fullback. I've never seen a pistol formation look like that before. That was really strange. All right, you got a bunch formation to your right this time, so they're going with some interesting formations here. Brian Robinson's going to take the ball, and I think he gets the first down, but the ref's actually marking him short, and that's probably fair. He had a better angle on that than I did. So the Bengals' next 4 games. I do know this. I do know the Bengals have a really easy schedule coming up. And actually, the next 4 games, Saints, Falcons, Browns, Panthers. And then after the bye, you got the Steelers. So, bro, I'm telling you, next 5 games, if we don't go 5-0, something's wrong. Yeah. Yeah, you I don't know exactly what you're referring to as far as respecting that, but the Bengals really could, honestly, I think the Bengals really could be about to go off. Because you've just been seeing the little tiny signs of it, Brian Robinson's going to take the ball and he's going to plow ahead on, running up toward the left guard. He's going to pick up a first down, probably about an extra 2 yards beyond that. So might actually see another touchdown here. That would be interesting. I think I mentioned right before the half, I'm watch, we're going to get all the scoring in the second half. It's just going to be the complete opposite type of game, which so far, the offenses have been good in the second half, or at least the last couple of drives. See, after hold on, actually. Carson Wentz shotgun formation. motions a man to his left, and then he pitches it to that man, who I believe is Curtis Samuel, and he's going to evade a defender and then plow ahead for about 4 yards on the play. So what could have been a very bad play ends up being an okay play. You'll take that. If you get 4 yards on every single play, you'll eventually get to the touchdown. You'll take that. You'll take 4 yards on every play if you can. All right, so after the Steelers game, then you got Tennessee, who's also not really any good this year. Then you got Kansas City, who, we got their number, so we could beat Kansas City. Carson Wentz is going to fake the handoff and keep it himself on an option play. And he actually ends up getting more yards than his running back would have. Only about 2 on the play, but, ends up being a better decision to keep it than it would have been to hand it off, even though he only picked up 2. But, so, I think we can beat Kansas City because we kind of have their number. Or then again, is it Kansas City's number we have, or is it Tyreek Hill's number we have? Because I think it might just be Tyreek Hill. And then after that, you got the Browns. I mean, that's going to be like after Deshaun Watson comes back, and honestly, he's going to be super rusty. So it's like, why can't we win that game too? Honestly, the next game that I'm just like, I don't think we're going to win that game that I see on our schedule was Week 15 at Tampa Bay. We totally could win that game, but I think realistically, we should probably say the the Buccaneers probably going to win that game. Especially because the way I'm looking at it is if things go the way that they really should go, the Bengals should be on a bit of a win streak at that point. And so I could see them getting kind of caught off guard by, actually having to play a good football team for the first time in weeks, except for the, Chiefs. And then you got, at New England, which totally winnable game. This ain't Tom Brady's Patriots. This is, Mac Jones or Bailey, probably by then Mac Jones. I'm sure he'll be back. But then again, Bill Belichick was asked if Mac Jones is going to get his job back when he comes back, and he's like, I don't know. He legitimately said that. He legitimately, created a quarterback controversy just because he's like, I'm Bill Belichick. I can do what I want. I won 6 Super Bowls. Week 17, you got the Bills. That one's going to be tough. But if the Bengals are in a rhythm by then, you never know. They could take them down. I mean, if the Bengals, that's the thing, this Bengals team, if they can get going, if they can get rolling, if they can really if they can figure out a way to get their shit together, they're going to be unstoppable. That's the thing. It's just if the Bengals end up going on a run, down the season, it's you'll almost be happy that they started off slow, because that's okay. Because if you end up doing a lot of your winning later in the season, and you can make it to the playoffs, you can ride that momentum to the Super Bowl. Go back again, And people call it a fluke again. But if here's the thing, if we go back to the Super Bowl, is it a fluke? Can you have a fluke like that 2 years in a row? I don't know. We'll see. I'm still talking about this after the Bengals have yet to prove themselves this year. But like I said, I've seen some sparks. That's all I'm saying. And then we finished up the year hosting Baltimore, and God, I hope we win that game. I am so damn sick of Ravens fans, dude. I'm so fucking sick of Ravens fans lately. I know some Ravens fans. All the Ravens fans that I know personally are cool people. But just Ravens fans at large have just been such cocks lately, They're such assholes. And it's just I know they beat us, but y'all were in hiding last year. I didn't hear a damn word from any of y'all last year when we were kicking your ass, except for to show up that second time and be oh, we were hurt. It doesn't count. It's not fair. Shut the hell up. And now suddenly you win a game and you're all up in our business. I got no respect for that. That's all I'm saying. I got no respect for that. At least Steelers fans have the decency to constantly be talking shit. I mean, I hate Steelers fans, but at least they're always there. Ravens fans have a tendency to disappear when they're not doing well. All right, Carson Wentz, shotgun formation, takes a snap. And there's a flag. I'm guessing it's probably a false start because they stopped the play. It might have been neutral zone. You never know. You respect, false start on the Commanders. Respect the fact that I watched the, Commanders and Bears, and It's just like I said, man, like I ain't got anything better to do tonight. And I'm kind of trying to grow my channel right now. So, I mean, if I'm going to try to grow the channel, I need to grow the channel. I need to hop on the stream and like, show up. And that's just, I wanted to grow the channel. I wasn't doing that earlier. Like, I wanted to do stuff in the off season and I didn't. So, of course, I'm not going to grow the channel. If I want to grow the channel, I got to get on here and do it. So, I mean, even if it's the Commanders and Bears, I still got to do it. Carson Wentz evades pressure, but he gets his ball batted up in the air. And that sounded horrible, especially because I had the indigestion there for a minute, and it kind of made me pause on the word that I really probably didn't have any business pausing on. But anyway, I believe that's going to be 4th down for the Commanders, so they're probably going to take the field goal here. Like the Bears probably should have. Probably make it a 1-point ball game, but I mean, you never know. He could miss. You never know he could miss. Joey Sly, former Panthers kicker. That's just a cool name, dude. Like the kicker. Like you telling me the kicker gets the baller name, Joey Sly? Like that's such a cool name, and they used it on a damn kicker. Like I mean, like Evan McPherson has the swag to like pull off a name like Joey Sly, right? But he's not. He's so cool that he just got Evan McPherson, just like this basic ass name. But like Joey Sly is out here like, yeah, I'm Joey Sly. But the fact of the matter, he just looks like a basic ass dude. But like, I don't know, man. I ain't trying to like tear the guy down. I'm just saying like I guess like, maybe I shouldn't talk shit because I'm trying to. My whole point is that's a baller ass name. No, I probably shouldn't be talking shit to the guy who I'm trying to like say has a cool name. Whatever. That's what you guys come to. Like, you guys come to like, listen to me say, like, be honest and just say what's on my mind, right? Like, I mean, I'm constantly getting comments like that. Like, people just like coming here because they know I'm gonna say what's on my mind. I'm not gonna try to sugarcoat it, and I'm not gonna try to like, I'm also not gonna do stuff like for the sake of. I'm not gonna say stuff. I might make headlines and stuff, but I'm not gonna say stuff just to like try to get clicks and stuff like that. I'm going to say what's honestly on my mind. So interesting. So the Bears returner fakes a lateral on the return and then ends up only getting to the 20-yard line. So that didn't, I think, work the way you wanted it to work. They got Dan Snyder up on the screen there, and I don't know why. That's not good. You don't want to advertise the fact that Dan Snyder is your owner. Is he suspended? He's suspended, isn't he? I think he's suspended or something like that. I didn't even know he was allowed in the stadium, actually. But anyway, Justin Fields is going to take the shotgun snap. Once again, just bails out. That's my whole thing about Justin Fields. Seems like Justin Fields is way too quick to just bail out and start running when the perfect look doesn't, show up immediately. And then sometimes when he does that, he gets first down runs. But it seems like most of the time when he does that, he gets tackled at like the 1 or 2 yard line. After a 1 or 2 yard gain. So I'm just like, I feel like he should be getting like his coach should be trying to point that out to him. Like, bro, stop trying to. Like, I mean, I guess if you're going to run the ball and it works, then fine. But it's not working. And you keep bailing out of plays. And, as we've seen on this broadcast, there have been plenty of times when he's had open dudes. So just like, I mean, watch the field a little bit more. Ohio State quarterbacks, am I right? Ohio State quarterbacks, man. All right, Justin Fields is going to hand the ball off to Khalil Herbert, who tries to get to the outside, does get to the outside. Not really much there on the outside, though. And he keeps his legs moving, but isn't able to actually push the pile. So I do respect the fact that he's trying to keep going, but isn't actually able to make anything happen. So gets about 2 yards on the play. It's going to be 3rd and 8. Bears are, 1 for 4 on short conversions. So this is a longer one, so I guess they're allegedly 1 for 2 on longer conversions. 3rd and 8. 3rd down anyway. Justin Fields takes a shotgun snap, pressure right in his face, gets out of the pressure, gets the first down. So it worked out that time. But he also didn't immediately bail on the play, right? Like he bailed when he was about to get sacked and he just needs to get out of the play. And at that point, you're already running anyway. So if you haven't seen anybody, you might as well keep running. So, I mean, I understand it on that play, but you just had, what was that? Tevin Jenkins? Tevin Jenkins just did not block his guy at all. It looked like he just forgot to block him. Like he just like he was like trying to get in front of him. And then the guy just went right past him, and he just didn't even bother to try to block him. But it worked out because Justin Fields made something out of nothing. All right, so he's going to pitch the ball to Khalil Herbert there, who doesn't really find anything, but refuses to go down, bounces his way to the outside, picks up about 7 on the play. So, man, that's what you love to see, you know? That's what you love to see from running backs. The fact that, like, you know, if it doesn't work the first time, they keep trying, they keep going. That's what's been bothering me so much about Joe Mixon on the Bengals this year. And he did a better job against that against the Ravens. So I wonder if there was like an injury problem bugging him for the first couple of weeks. But it's just like it seemed like for the first couple of weeks, he just like the second somebody touched him, he just go down immediately. It was like watching Kajana Carter. That's a dated reference. If you're a Bengals fan watching this, you know who Kajana Carter is. You're either old or I respect the hell out of you. That was, I think he was drafted when I was 3 years old. Number 1 overall pick that the Bengals traded up for. Oh, God. You want to talk about some of the biggest busts in Bengals history. Like, I mean, that he's up there, and it's not necessarily that he was like that, like, we'll get to that in a second. Justin Fields shotgun snap, takes the snap. Rolls back. He's got pressure almost immediately from his blind side and just cannot get away from any of it. Terrible blocking. Hey, Matthew's back. What's up, buddy? Hey, Matthew, just so you know, I saw your comments earlier. That was a clip I was playing because I had to go get my son. I wasn't ignoring you. That was just that was a pre-recorded clip. That wasn't me. But what did you miss? Not really a whole lot. As far as I don't know exactly when you hopped off, but you know, I mean, the last couple of drives have been a little bit better on offense. We got a touchdown, and the Commanders almost got another one, but then they kind of fell apart. But hey, it's a competitive ball game. That's what matters. You know, it's way more interesting. You know, as much as it really hasn't been the best game either, it's still way more interesting than the Thursday night game from last week. Like, you know, the Broncos and Colts, like that was just depressing to watch because like both quarterbacks were going back to pass and just like couldn't find anything. And it was awful last week. Like this week, it's at least been somewhat interesting, you know, like I mean, it hasn't been high scoring, but there's been like competition to it, you know. It hasn't just been like, you know, whose defense can have a perfect game, essentially. And obviously not. Both defenses didn't have a perfect game last week, but it was really just more about like which defense screws up first, rather than like, you know, hey, there's some competition going on here. It was just like, you know, which team is like really bad. Turned out it was the Broncos. So, yeah. Now I had to go pick up my son. That's what that was about. Well, yes, hey, Matthew, I also think the Bears win 17-14. That's my prediction. Don't steal my prediction. Send my Sharks after you. Not really. You're in 5th grade. Don't take that seriously. Got 3 people watching right now. If you are watching, leave a comment. I'll put you up on the screen, and we'll have a little bit of a conversation. But yeah, man, it's just this game so far has not been as bad as I thought it was going to be. You know, I mean, like it certainly hasn't been like the greatest offensive performance of all time, but it's been interesting. You know, it's been somewhat interesting. Yeah, You're fine. You're fine, Matthew. It's like you're totally fine, but I'm not mad. Like I understand, and I wanted to point that out so that you're not like thinking that I'm ignoring you, right? Like I don't. The only reason, like in the future, if my streams get like more people in them and the comments kind of go crazy, I probably won't be able to respond to every comment at that point. But right now, while I'm still small, I'm going to pretty much put up every comment on the screen. So the only reason I wouldn't do that is if I have to go do something. But I also, if you watched earlier, if you noticed, I had a ticker going down explaining what was going on. So, but I mean, it's totally fine. Just, that's what was going on. Might happen again in the future. That's part of why I point that out. But anyway, attempted running play there, and it pretty much goes nowhere. I think he picks up about a yard, but pretty much a whole lot of nothing on that play, just like a lot of the running game has been tonight. So that's not the best start for the offense, but hey, it's been good defense. That's what I was saying last week. Like, I don't really care if it's a low scoring game. I'm down to see good defense. Just last week, it wasn't even good defense. It was just like pathetic offense. That's all it was. Carson Wentz does get a good pass off on this on the second down play, though. I think he picks up about 7 yards there. So it is going to be third down, but it's going to be third down and manageable as opposed to third and long. So that's important. Bears winning this game. I think they will. I think they will for sure. 17-14. The only thing about 17, so I actually really do think that's possible. So that's like Bears get a touchdown and a field goal that'll put them at 17. And then the Commanders, it's basically like, maybe late in the game they go get a touchdown drive and they try to go for 2 just to make it easier to come back. They get the 2, so it's 17-14. That way they could potentially tie it with a field goal. But then they never go get that field goal. So I mean that's pretty much like I really I'm starting to feel like that 17-14 prediction might actually be kind of accurate. Although then again, the Commanders have yet to actually be able to put up a touchdown, so you never know. All right. Carson Wentz got a man motioning out to his left into the slot. He's under center and moving around now. It's kind of like talking to everybody. I think he's just audibling the play. Bears telling the crowd to get loud. And that actually works out for him. I think the crowd was getting loud and the Bears players were egging him on. Carson Wentz can't get any information out to his team, and the Commanders take a delay of game. And it's a flag, so that's going to back him up 5 yards. So that third and short is now going to turn into a third and long. Oh, fourth. Oh, it was a loss of down. Yikes. So it's 4th and 6 now. Commanders going to punt. So this is what I'm saying, man. Like, the only thing that I wonder about that 17-14 prediction is, like, are the Commanders really going to score another touchdown? Like, I mean, they might. They might. They get desperate. Like, oh my God. The Bears returner muffed the punt. The Commanders are all over it. It looked like he got back on top of it, but the Commanders going crazy. I think they got the ball at the 5-yard line. So that might be where this touchdown comes from. That might be where this touchdown comes from, man. Now, here's the thing. I don't know if they're going to go for 2 here. Oh, yeah, he just totally whiffed on that catch. So, like, he Velus Jones Jr., man, making me look like an idiot, first of all, thinking that he was going to be a great returner. And obviously, like, the whole reason I wanted the Bengals to draft him was so we didn't have somebody like Darius Phillips muffing punts. And there you go. Patriots beating the Browns 28-14. Didn't they already play? Like, the Patriots already played the Browns, right? Oh, no, I'm stupid. I'm stupid. The Patriots play the Browns this week. You think the Patriots are beating the Browns 28-14? I don't think so. I think, I mean, I actually think that the Browns are going to win that one. If you watch the Battle of Ohio podcast, and actually you watched my my clip that I was playing while I was gone earlier, that was me and Thomas making predictions. Thomas, who's a Browns fan, actually predicted the Patriots to win that game because he's getting a little frustrated with the Browns. And I picked the Browns to win that game because honestly, the Patriots aren't good. You know, like if the Browns can trust their running game a little bit more, I think they're gonna like run all day and night over the like if they can stop like giving Jacoby Brissett chances to throw the game away on the goal line, I think that they'll, at least beat the Patriots. Carson Wentz hands the ball off to Brian Robinson, and he lays a smackdown. Carson Wentz lays a smackdown of a block on a defender there and gives Brian Robinson some room to pick up some yards. Doesn't quite get to the end zone, but gets the ball down to the 1 yard line because Carson Wentz is just like, douche. Man. Oh, that was so cool, dude. Watching a quarterback make a hit like that. Dude, he knocked him out of his shoes. Carson Wentz. Oh, boy, dude. Like, you just earned some points in my book. I'm not letting Thomas talk shit about you no more. That was cool, dude. And then the Commanders are going to get the ball in the end zone for a touchdown. So that's a 14-point prediction for them. They're going to need to take a 2-point conversion for that to happen. If they take a field goal here or an extra point, then the only way that they could possibly get to 14 points is if they get that 2-point safety play, which essentially what that is, and don't quote me here, but essentially what the 2-point safety is let's say Carson Wentz throws and what is it? I think it's Carson Wentz throws an interception. No, wait. Okay, well, they are actually going for 2. So, what the fuck? Okay. Carson Wentz is going to throw, and it's going to go nowhere. So, barring a safety, the 14-point description is, or the 14-point prediction is not going to happen. But, don't call me Daddy, Matthew. You're in 5th grade. I don't want that. Don't do that, please. But yeah, dude. Commanders getting it going on offense, man. Good to see. It's 12-7. So, like I said, barring a safety, it's probably not going to get to that 14-point prediction I had. But I still predict the Bears to win, and I mean, it might be like more like 14-12 at this point, the way the game's kind of going. But it's yeah, like I wonder what, like, if is anybody else watching? Okay, you just said it twice, but I get it, slips of the tongue, but just yeah, try not to do that. Like I'm 30. You're in 5th grade, so that's just let's not do that. Okay, so anyway, I wonder what other streamers are saying about this game. Like, I'm just curious because I'm gonna watch like what I tend to do with like other streamers, because I still really I'm still a big Tom Grossi fan, right? While I'm doing these games, I can't go watch his streams anymore, and that does kind of make me sad. But what I actually do is like when I have time, I'm going to your friend. That's funny. Your friend's a dick. Your friend's a dick, dude. Tell him not to do that though. Tell him not to do that, because I'm not trying to get my channel in trouble, man. You know, like I said, you're in 5th grade. That could go really wrong really quickly. Yeah. No, I'm not mad at you. Just that's funny. Your friend is funny. Tell him not to get my channel in trouble though. Let's not do that. But if you got to go, bud, have a good night. Have a good night, and yeah, I don't know if you're going to be watching the rest of this game, but it's despite the lack of offense, I think this is a good game. That's why I was wondering about the other streamers. You know, I was wondering like what's Tom Grossi saying? What's Brandon Perna saying? You know, what are all those other streamers that I like watching saying? Just because like I know they were complaining so much about the lack of offense in the last game. They're like, oh, it's such a bad game. It seems like every time there's no offense, a lot of these other streamers complain and they're like, oh, it's such a bad game. But it's just like sometimes it's just really good defense, and I think that's fun to watch. In this game, I think it actually kind of has been that because I mean the offenses have kind of gotten going, and it's kind of a compelling game. So I wonder, am I going to go watch well, I guess listen to when I'm just like basically throw it on like podcast style. When I go listen to the streams of these games later, am I going to hear people talking about how bad of a game this is because. And maybe I'm projecting here. Maybe they aren't saying it's a bad game. I just I feel like when it's not high scoring, people act like it's a bad game. And I think this has actually been a fairly decent game. You know, obviously I don't care about either of these two teams, but there has been it's been back and forth. There's been some interesting stuff here and there. There's also been some really bad offense. That was not bad offense though. That was Justin Fields taking off yet again for a first down. So, I mean, I guess the thing is, if you're going to tuck it and run and you get yards, then do it. Oh, yeah. I'm Tom Grossi is actually the one who inspired me to, him and Brandon Perna kind of inspired me to start, really digging into my own channel. I kind of I base my style kind of on like his style, but like, I mean, I also try to do my own thing. And I also kind of like adding a bit more of my own personality to it. Justin Fields is going to keep it on the option play and go nowhere on that. Yeah, I love his sketches too. That's actually kind of like if you go back and watch my previews from last year, my previews for all the games I did last year, I actually kind of did that like sketch style almost sort of. I had a buddy of mine who actually does the music for my channel now. But last year he was playing characters of opposing fans for the previews, and we just kind of do like a funny stupid ass style, and some of them were more popular than others. And Justin Fields goes down with a really ugly looking sack, dude. He went straight for his knee, and he's been taking shots today. He's getting back up, but my God, Justin Fields, I'm almost like the Bears almost need to take if the Bears almost need to take him off for his own safety at this point. He's just getting killed out there. All right, so the penalty's on the defense. And it is, if they would put it up on the screen, because I don't have my audio on, illegal use of the hands. So some penalty in the backfield. But I almost want to say that's roughing the passer because he went straight for the knee. Like, that could have been bad. He could have torn his ACL on that play. Like, that reminds me of when Carson Palmer tore his knee against the Steelers in the playoffs. All right, hand the ball off to Dave Montgomery. Gets hit, but keeps fighting for yards. Pick up about 6 on the play. But yeah, man. I was trying to I was really inspired by like the sketches and everything like that, and I was actually thinking about doing something like that. I'm just like I'm creative, but I'm not that kind of creative, right? Like I can't come up with stuff like that off the top of my head. Like I could do stuff like that, but I'd be coming out with a video like once every month or something like that. Like I couldn't do that all the time. I don't have the skill set for it. I'd love to do that though. Somebody wants to I can act. I can do that. So if somebody wanted to write some scripts for me, I could produce it. But I just can't come up with that stuff off the top of my head. I'm better at like the reacting and being funny in my reactions and stuff like that, right? So I'm pretty much going like the reaction kind of direction with my channel, as evidenced by the fact that I do have one video that's over 1,000 views, and that is me having a meltdown over the Bengals being bad against the Ravens. And it wasn't a meltdown. I was really just trying to get people to watch, and then people called me a toddler. And I'm just like, shut up. You watched, and I got 1,000 views. So, I mean, fuck it. If I'm a toddler and I get 1,000 views, I'm a toddler and I get 1,000 views, man. Like, I only got 76 subscribers and I got 1,000 views on a video. So, if I'm a toddler, I'm a toddler. You know, like, whatever. Like honestly, it's just Ravens fans being dicks. Honestly, Ravens fans being dicks who like to like do nothing, like just like be silent as hell. Like, man, Browns fans, Steelers fans talk all the shit, even when their team's doing badly, and I don't particularly enjoy it. But Ravens fans disappear, and then when their team starts doing good again, suddenly Ravens fans are all over the place. Like, like I said, I know a couple of Ravens fans who are like I like them as people, and also they will talk shit, like whether their team's good or bad. But I think it also might be partially because I know them. But like outside of those Ravens fans are silent unless their team's doing well. Great play there by Justin Fields, or not Justin Fields, sorry, Dave Montgomery to pick up the first down on the play. All right, so Justin Fields under center is going to fake the handoff to Dave Montgomery this time. He's got pressure right away, has to dump the ball off to Cole Kmet, who's not ready for the pass, and is not able to come down with it, so it's going to be 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. Dude, wouldn't it be something else if, like, my prediction ended up being, like, 2 points off of accurate? Like, if the Bears win this game, like, 17-12, I'd be so mad. I'd be so mad. Like, I don't gamble, first of all, so I don't bet on these games, which is funny, and I'll explain that in a second. But Justin Fields is going to hand the ball off short, and that goes nowhere. I think he just trips and then just gets touchdown. So touched down, not a touchdown. That would have been much better. But that was Ihmir Smith-Marsette, who's going to take the wide receiver. He just runs into his lineman. That's what happens. He just runs into Braxton Jones's knee. So that's not what you want. All right, Justin Fields is in empty formation this time. And he's going to take the snap, look around, he's got a man, throws it way too short. And, Darnell Mooney is not Darnell Mooney. Who is that? Who is that? Number 18. I keep saying his name. He's the guy who caught the touchdown earlier. Dante Pettis. Not able to react quickly enough to that. And ball hits the ground. He gets his hands on it, though. So, I mean, it's almost kind of like you probably should have caught that. But he didn't. That would have been a pretty impressive catch anyway. It's not like the easiest thing in the world. All right, so it's going to be 4th and 11, and the Bears' offense is still out on the field on 4th and 11. I guess it's because they're on the 43-yard line. It's like, what's a punt really going to do here? What was that? There's a flag on the play. Delay of game on the offense. All right, so I think now they're punting. They're punting now. Bears fans are not happy about that. Bears fans are not happy about that. I can't imagine they would be. All right, 4th and 16. And the offense is still on the field. Like, okay, never mind. There's only 2 minutes left in the ball game. That's how into this game I am. I'm not even I didn't even realize the game was almost over. It's like that's how much I actually enjoy this game. Oh, Justin Fields hits Ihmir Smith-Marsette, and it probably would have been good enough for a first down, but he cannot catch it, and that sucks for the Bears. So the Commanders are pretty much probably like 2 first downs away from putting this game away. But then again, the Commanders' offense, you never know. All right, so we're on a commercial. I kind of explained a little bit what I meant earlier. But I actually just got hired on, verbally hired on. We haven't officially made anything official yet, but we're going to. And if you follow me on Twitter, you see I tweeted it out earlier, retweeted it. But I'm actually the new video editor for what's it called? Butt Fumble Sports, which is just a great name, by the way, a hilarious name. But they primarily focus on short form content, betting stuff. And I'm not a big bettor. I'm not really into gambling and stuff like that. But I am really into the NFL, and I'm down to edit their videos. And I know betting. I'm not I don't not know stuff about betting. Obviously, if you're into the NFL at all, you have to have some like if you're as into the NFL as I am, you have to have some like knowledge about betting and stuff like that. But I'm not making the betting content. I'm just editing the videos together and stuff like that. But yeah, that's what I'm doing now. So I mean that and I'm getting paid for that. So I mean that plus working for PFF, and then like I also like I got a job as a part-time bank teller. So I mean I'm doing that to supplement and everything else. But like I'm pretty much like officially a football media like professional now. Like, isn't that cool? Isn't that cool? Like I'm not making any money off of this. I'm hoping to one day make money off of this. But I mean, kind of what I was trying to do was find a way to, because I had so much trouble this offseason with actually putting content out because I was trying to do something completely unrelated for my career. That took up a lot of my time. And so, and then that didn't really work out very well. And I'm just like, you know what I really enjoy? I really enjoy doing this. So I want to find some way to make a living that allows me to do this. And one day, maybe this could be my living. I don't know. Right now, I got one person watching and I got 77 subscribers. I'm not expecting that to happen anytime soon. But I had a video get 1.2K views and probably more by now. So, I mean, I do know it's like, I can make content that people watch, right? So, I mean, I could do it, and if I can build like a living and a career around giving myself the ability to commit to this, as Brian Robinson goes and gets a first down, and if the Bears want to, give themselves a chance to, like potentially win this game, that's not the way to do it. But yeah, as far as for me and the career and the channel goes, man, like if I want to keep doing this and I want to give myself the chance to turn this into something that could be something one day, then doing my career this way and being able to do football in the process. So I mean, it's so much easier for me to make videos now because I'm constantly doing football stuff all day anyway, and so it's just like everything's kind of working together, And if it's going to take 5 years to get to the point where I can like actually like commit to this as a full-time job, then that's fine because I got the time to do it now, Doing a lot of streams and stuff like that when I'd be watching football anyway. So it's like I got the time, might as well give it a shot, All right, Carson Wentz is in shotgun formation. He's going to hand the ball off to Brian Robinson, who's going to trip up a little bit, and the Bears are going to be all over him on that play. And that's probably going to take us down to the 2-minute warning unless the Bears take a timeout. Did the Bears take a timeout? Interesting. So the Bears took a timeout. It's going to be second down. And so I guess I kind of get it. The next play is probably going to take us down to the 2-minute warning. And they could stuff them. If they stuff them here, then if they stop the Commanders from getting a first down here, it's going to be fourth down, and the 2-minute warning is going to stop the clock. So they'll still have a timeout when they get the ball back. So I mean, hey, Bears have been good on defense so far. So let's see if they can give themselves a chance. Carson Wentz is going to be in shotgun formation though. It's going to be 2nd and 9, and he's going to give the ball to Brian Robinson, who's going to go nowhere. And so that is pretty much what's going to happen. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not really thinking. That was 2nd down. So now it's 3rd down with the 2-minute warning. So I imagine what's going to happen. Probably what's going to happen is probably going to still conserve that timeout just because they want to be able to control the ball, control the clock a little bit when they're on offense. I imagine Washington's going to run another play, and if Chicago successfully stops them, they'll probably let them run the clock down. And the Bears will probably get it back with about 1:20 left on the clock. And then they'll still have a timeout in their back pocket. And then it's really at that point just about trying to have an up-tempo offense, which we'll see if that happens because it really hasn't happened much all day. When they have been having good offense, it's been a lot of slow offense, like slow-moving offense. But you never know. Justin Fields has had some good passes, so you never know. He might string a few good ones together. Now they're going to need a touchdown. That's the thing. They like a field goal is not going to do it. If they take a field goal, then they're not going to have enough time to get anything else. So field goal probably loses them the game. But a touchdown And that'll probably win them the game, especially because, like I said, the Commanders are probably going to be doing whatever they can to run the clock down as much as they can. And the way their defense has been playing, like, of course that's gonna, or at least rather the way the Bears' offense has been playing. Because honestly, I think the Commanders' defense, there have been a few instances of them having some really good plays. But it's kind of another one of those situations where the Bears are kind of beating themselves a little bit more than the Commanders are playing really good defense. But it's the opposite on the other side. The Bears are legitimately playing really good defense. So that's why I say it's been a compelling game. Like it's been close. There have been some lead changes. It's been interesting. Yeah, there's not a whole lot of scoring, but I don't think there needs to be a whole lot of scoring. And I don't know what I want. Like, what are the other streamers saying right now? Are they doing the whole thing where everybody just gets on board and says, "Oh, it's not high scoring. It's a bad game." Like, I hate that shit so much. Holy shit. They got a graphic of like, I guess the Jets and Packers are going up against each other next week. So they got Zach Wilson standing next to Aaron Rodgers, and God, Aaron Rodgers has never looked like an old man more than in that picture. Like, I mean, Zach Wilson just looks like a little kid in that picture, and Aaron Rodgers looks like a grandpa. It's just so weird to see him like lined up next to each other. It's like I know Aaron Rodgers is looking old lately, but like in that picture, Aaron Rodgers is looking old, dude. Like Aaron Rodgers is looking like, how are you still playing football, yo? Like for real, man. All right, so this could be the game. Carson Wentz, shotgun formation, hands the ball off, and the Bears are going to stop him. Going to be 4th down. I imagine the Commanders are going to punt here. If they don't, they're stupid because they're on like their own 30-yard line. And it's going to be like 4 or 5 yards in the play. The Bears do take their final timeout, so I was wrong about that. Bears are going to take their final timeout, and I guess they'll just prefer to give Justin Fields as much time to work with. I mean, I guess it's like the same thing, really, right? Like, might as well take your time out here because you're giving yourself the extra time. You were gonna give yourself the extra time anyway. Might as well give it to you now to not like falsely think you have less time than you do. But then again, kind of creates that sense of urgency. So maybe that's a good thing, especially with a young player. Wait a minute. I think I had it wrong a little bit. So the Commanders are actually farther down the field than I thought they were. Joey Sly is going to line up for a 48-yard field goal attempt, and if he makes it, I mean, it's not the end of the game, but field goal's up, and I think he missed it. Yep, he missed it. Joey Sly missed the field goal kick. Missed a 48-yarder. Now, obviously, that's no like 48 yards is definitely not a guarantee, but most NFL kickers should be able to make that kick. So I did not expect him to miss it. But Joey Sly misses it, and the Bears are going to end up with pretty decent field position. They're going to get it about the 30-yard line. And they get a touchdown, they win the game. So, like, with the field goal, a touchdown and a 2-point conversion would have tied the game. But, yeah. So, actually, the Bears are getting the ball at the 37-yard line, so that's actually going to be really good field position. Justin Fields gets hit, and can't tell if he fumbled the ball. David Montgomery falls on it, so it's not the biggest deal in the world. I don't know if they're calling that a fumble or not, but it's really it's only really a difference of about like a yard. I think they are calling that a fumble. So Justin Fields, shotgun, drops back again, and he gets Pettis on the sideline there, who gets out of bounds, so that's a good play. That's exactly what you want to see. Picks up about 12 yards on the play, or 10 or 12 yards on the play. Obviously not enough for a first down because, that fumble in the recovery. I guess they are calling that a fumble, though, because they had him backed up a little bit. So it's going to be 3rd and 5. Bad play, then a good play. David Montgomery's going to get the dump-off pass behind a screen, but he's got plenty of room to run, so that ended up being a pretty good play. Got about 15 yards on the play. So good one there. Who will check me out, Matthew? Like all the people eventually? Yeah, hopefully. Justin Fields going to scramble around, can't find anybody. Probably should have, ends up running it. Whoa! And he's going. He's at the 10. He's at the 5. And he ends up going out of bounds. But, I thought that was, really stupid on his part because, he had all day to run. And then he kind of, hesitated a little bit. I'm like, oh, dude, you could have had, you probably could have had a first down on that play. And he kind of hesitates. And the defenders kind of come up to him, but then he makes the defender miss, and he gets a lane, gets 30 yards on the play, and they are knocking on the door of getting a touchdown here. And honestly, if they score a touchdown, they're going to win. Because, even if the Commanders have, a little bit of time left, their offense ain't doing shit. So, 52 seconds left in the game. Yeah, the other two. I hope so too, man. I think I'll get there. If y'all don't mind, y'all who are watching me, just tell somebody else about my channel if you're enjoying it. It really helps. Just subscribing, commenting, liking the videos, hitting the notifications. Just it helps out with the algorithm in general. But also, tell people about my channel. Get spread the word and tell people to come by, and that'll get it going too. So. Whatever you can do, get people knowing about my channel. Justin Fields going to take the snap, tries to scramble around, breaks a tackle, gets to the 3-yard line, but there is a flag on the play, and I kind of had a feeling he had a little bit too much time there, so I'm thinking it's probably going to be holding. Probably going to be holding on that play, I would imagine. I was going to back him up about 10 yards, if I'm correct. And bad job by the camera crew because I didn't see what happened. Oh, Washington called a timeout. So I guess they're just redoing the play. Wait, I'm confused. Why did Washington call a timeout? See you, bub. Have a good night. All right, shotgun formation for Justin Fields. Looks around, tries to throw. I think it gets batted, though. And that's just going to fall harmlessly to the ground. So good defensive play there by the Commanders. But obviously, 4-down territory because you need a touchdown. So Bears going to have 2 more plays. Gets batted there by, what is it, number 96, Smith Williams? Not actually familiar with that human being. James Smith Williams. Played at North Carolina State, apparently. Even I don't know all the players in the NFL. I've never heard of that guy before. But good play. Good play there by James Smith Williams. So, Justin Fields, shotgun snap. Looking around, got good protection. Throws the ball, and it's almost caught, but he drops it. Great defense there. I think he ended up knocking the ball away, but oh, boy. Dante Pettis had his second touchdown of the night in his hands, and he dropped it. And he's not happy about it either. He's slow to get up, but I think mostly just out of frustration. Yeah, he got his hands on it, and I think, Forrest, number 22, is just so on top of him that he has to, twist his body in, such a weird way that it's impossible for him to come down with it. So, good coverage. Isn't knocking the ball away or anything like that, but making him twist and contort his body in a way that's just very difficult for him to actually come down with that catch. As Derek Forrest, the safety, on the coverage there. But it's going to be 4th down, and this definitely is the ball game. Yeah, sure, I'll shout you out at some point, Matthew. Shout out right now to Matthew Thompson. Apparently my first subscriber. Again, I say apparently just because I wasn't around at the. I was around at the time. I don't remember because obviously, I was just kind of getting started. I wasn't really paying attention to a lot of things, but definitely one of my most loyal subscribers, though. So Matthew Thompson, shout out to you. And yeah, unless you want me to shout you out on another thing, I don't know. But he's the best I can do right now. Justin Fields is going to come out of under center, going to throw the ball, and it is almost caught, but I don't think he comes down. Oh no, they're saying he does come down with it. They're saying he catches it, but like on the 1 yard line. But it's 4th down, so that's going to end the ball. That's gonna give the ball back to the Commanders, I think. Saying he caught it, but I think they're saying he caught it at like the half-yard line. What are they saying here? All right, so they're saying he caught it. Yeah, he caught it, but he never got it across the ball. The ball never got across the ball line once he got control of it. So that is definitely going to be an inch short, just barely an inch, like the closest of possible margins, like almost even closer than that like famous Titans play in the Super Bowl where they got stopped at the 1 yard line when the guy like kind of dove forward. But that is going to be short by the slimmest of possible margins. So, I got to say, man, what a game. What a football game. Like, I mean, I know it was a very low-scoring game. It's not exactly exciting or anything like that. All right, so Carson Wentz is going to plow forward. He was in victory formation, but obviously can't kneel in the end zone. Otherwise, it's going to be a safety, which... I mean, honestly, it's like the Bears, it would only be like 12-9 at that point. You would have to punt back to the Bears, though, so you'd be giving them a prayer of a chance, I guess. But, I'm just going to whittle down the last few seconds of play clock, and that is going to – God, what a frustrating way to lose for Justin Fields. Like, he's got to be so mad because he got the ball to the guy, he caught the touchdown, but just by the slimmest of little tiny margins is not able to get the ball in for the touchdown. And God, what that – honestly, between two teams that I could give less of a shit about than – just about any other game that I've ever watched in my life. Like, I don't care at all about the Commanders or the Bears. But for a game with very little offense and a game with such low hype and everything like that, that was actually a fun game to watch, man. Like, I enjoyed that. Obviously, Justin Fields did not enjoy that. But, the Commanders enjoyed it. That was a fun game. Like, you don't have to have high scoring games to have fun, like games do not have to be ultra high scoring to be enjoyable to watch. Like I get kind of tired of that mentality where people kind of act like if it's not high scoring, it's not good. Now I get when like last week when offenses are atrocious, then it's still not fun. Like that Broncos game was not a fun game. But I find that, you'll get like 17-14 ball games or 12-10 ball games or 12-7 ball games that are actually fun and compelling to watch because there's a lot of competitiveness on both sides. And while it may not be a big offensive slugfest and it may not even be the best offensive performances of all time either, it's interesting. And that was interesting. That was a good game. I am happy that I watched that game. Like, that was not a waste of my Thursday night. Last week was kind of a bit of a waste of my Thursday night. Although I enjoyed talking to all of you guys. Like y'all always make these streams good. Like when the Bengals pissed me off to Kingdom coming back in that game against the Ravens, the chat made my life a lot better. I enjoyed talking to all you guys. Y'all made me feel better about the Bengals losing and stuff like that. And last week, it was a terrible game, but we had fun in the chat, so it's okay. But this game was a good damn game, dude. This was like, the first quarter the first half was kind of and obviously wasn't until after I got back. It wasn't until after I got back that the game really kind of started doing good, but that was a damn good game. Like, I know it was low scoring, but that was a damn good game. I am happy that I watched that. John Jansen, is that it? Jansen? Matthew sent you? Dude, Matthew's my boy, man. Like, Matthew is like, there you go, Matthew. That's my dude right there. That's my dude. Big supporter of the channel, Matthew Thompson. Deserves every shout out that he asks for, man. Asks for a lot of shout outs, but that's my dude, man. That's my dude right there. All right, but that's pretty much going to be it for me, guys. So for those of you who came in, we actually got another person here. It's a new person, so I'm going to put you up. Conspiracy theory, they're giving Amazon the bad games on purpose. You know what? Like first of all, I'm going to be honest. And Matthew, I know you're in 5th grade, so I hope your parents don't hate me. But I never pretended like this is a family-friendly show, so I'm just going to be frank here. Fuck Amazon. I hate Amazon. They're an evil, terrible company. And so if the NFL is trying to screw them over, then I say, good job. Go NFL. Now, again, Marty, I don't know if you hear me. I actually enjoyed watching this game. This was an interesting, compelling back and forth game with like solid, good defense. And there was some offense to be had. It was competitive. It was interesting. It wasn't high scoring, but it was interesting. I enjoyed watching this game, but still fuck Amazon. Amazon stats are ass and the NFL is pissed. But Amazon's horrible. So like just as a company, they're awful. Like, yeah, my wife used to work for Amazon, and like just working in their warehouses is apparently just like this a joke, like horrible. Check out your next stream. Yeah, John, man. Like I'm streaming as many games as I possibly can. So I definitely stream every Bengals away game. My dad has season tickets and he sells some of them, so I don't go to every game. So it's kind of like the home games. I might kind of be on and off. But pretty much every Bengals away game I'll stream. And then outside of that, I've been trying to stream a lot more lately. So might be like, not really sure which ones, but usually like a 1 p.m. game and the Sunday night football game. I'll try to do the Monday night game and the Thursday night game. No guarantees really on any of them, but I'll try is the main thing. So, but I will be fairly active on streaming. So, subscribe to the channel and, it'll come up in your feed when I am streaming. So Jeff doesn't even pay for PPE. Dude, I'm assuming you're talking about Jeff Bezos. Jeff Bezos is such a snake of a human being. Like him and Dan Snyder, I'm sure are like best of friends because they're both horrible people. Awful owner. Hate him. Try to find more tomorrow. You do that, Matthew. Let's work together, man. We're gonna blow this thing up. John Jansen was rooting for Cincinnati in the Super Bowl. Boo, LA. I'm from St. Louis. Oh, okay. Yeah, I could see why you'd be pro Cincinnati in that Super Bowl. So here's the thing, man. Okay, so first of all, fuck Stan Kroenke. I'm gonna be honest. I hate shady moves like that. I didn't even really like it when the Browns moved, even though obviously the rivalry and everything like that. But if you watch my channel, you know how much I hate the Pittsburgh Steelers. But if the Steelers moved from Pittsburgh, I'd probably be not okay with that either. I hate it when teams move because the city has put so much of everything into that. Just because they don't want to pay for a brand new stadium. Or have a terrible stadium deal to keep a team in the city. It's just doesn't mean that it's okay to move the team. That team is just as much a part of the city as it is the owner's fucking toy. So I hate it when teams move. I hate it when teams relocate. And I didn't like that the Rams did that. That said, I'm not gonna lie. I don't I hate Stan Kroenke. I don't have a problem with the LA Rams in general. I like Matt Stafford. I like Aaron Donald. I'm not obviously either of those guys' biggest fans right now because they beat us in the Super Bowl. But just outside of that, I've always been kind of a fan of those guys. Don't like Jalen Ramsey, obviously, but at least we didn't lose to the 49ers again. That's all I'm saying. That would have made me so mad. If the 49ers had beaten the Rams in the NFC Championship and then we lost to them in the Super Bowl, I don't know if I could have handled that. I would have been so mad. I would have been so pissed. Also, what's up with that? We only play NFC West teams in the Super Bowl. Obviously, they weren't NFC West back in the 80s when we played them, but, Yeah, it sucks that we lost that Super Bowl. But hey, dude, honestly, like as a Bengals fan, I'm 30, and that's the first time I've seen the Bengals be worth half a lick of shit. So the fact that they were like, the fact that they made it, the fact that I got to watch them for like 20 games in one season, that was fun for me, right? So it's just like, if they lose in the Super Bowl every year, I'll be cool with that because it's a fun ride every time. So I mean, like, yeah, losing in the Super Bowl sucks, but getting there was so much fun. I had so much fun just like enjoying that ride. And then like a lot of NFL fans made fun of Cincinnatians for throwing the Bengals like a welcome home parade, and they're like, oh, they're throwing a loser parade, and like. But the fact of the matter is, dude, we were so excited to have the team be good. We were just proud of them for going, man. Is there anything wrong with being proud? We weren't being like, we're celebrating failure. We were just like trying to show the team that we still support them. Like, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think it's a good thing. Yeah, were we upset that we lost? Of course. But we love the players, and we wanted to show the players that we loved them, even if they lost. You know, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. And we didn't throw – people act like we threw a parade. We didn't throw a parade. We just greeted them at the bus when they got back. You know? I thought people were assholes for that. And dude, I got to be honest. Like, when I was a kid, Kurt Warner was, like, the coolest. Like, that was one of my favorite quarterbacks of all time was Kurt Warner. Particularly when he was with the Rams. Now, I mean, I also liked him when he was with the Cardinals, but like him with the Rams, I was just like Kurt Warner, that was awesome. That was also right around the time I was like, you know, really starting to get into the NFL, like around like, you know, 2000, 2001. So I love, you know, Kurt Warner and Marshall Faulk and Isaac Bruce and all those guys, you know. See you, Matthew. Happy for some players, but definitely not the owner. Yeah, I know. Dude, Stan Kroenke's such a turd, but he's rich, and rich people win even when you don't want them to win. You know, it's just a fact of life. But at least you can maybe be happy for some of the players. Now, like, it was kind of bullshit that Odell Beckham Jr. won a Super Bowl after that tantrum he threw in Cleveland, but I'm not going to lie, I thought that was kind of funny because – obviously rivalry with the Browns, you know. And also I was doing a podcast with the Bengals Browns rivalry podcast with Thomas Stargell that I still do, by the way. But you know, if you want to see some comedy, go watch those episodes when I'm just like, you know, like OBJ's out there like having a career revival with the Rams after talking shit about the Browns forever. And I'm just like, I'm making fun of Thomas so much, and it's funny stuff. You're 25. All right, so 5 years younger than me. John isn't Kyle. Awesome. And he's definitely not me. John is not me. I'm not. It'd be weird if I was commenting on my own chat. It's in the blood channel. They're Bengal fans. Yeah. Be a Bengals fan till the day I die. That's all I'll say. So upset that LA won. Obviously I was upset that LA won, but for different reasons. But I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I probably would have rooted for LA, like the Rams. Like, if the Bengals hadn't made it to the Super Bowl and it was like the Chiefs, or like I think I'd root for the Bills, but like I probably would have rooted for LA over the Chiefs, or like, you know, the Titans or anything like that, you know. Similar. There you go. Hey, I got. No, I actually don't know where the shirt is, but I got Andy Dalton. You watch my podcast, you know Andy Dalton is my boy. I love Andy Dalton, man. Like, yeah, he's such a good guy. Wasn't the most consistent quarterback in the world, but I mean, he took us to the playoffs like 4 years in a row, man. Like, I mean, Andy Dalton gets so much hate, but like Andy Dalton was like he was a solid quarterback. He was an MVP level quarterback in 2015. People forget how good he was playing in 2015. And honestly, I think the Bengals could have gone to the Super Bowl that year if obviously if Dalton, you know, either Dalton doesn't get hurt or maybe like, you know, Burfict doesn't like go insane at the end of that Steelers game. Like, I think the Bengals were like something else, you know, that 2015 season. unfortunately, things ended the way they ended, and Andy Dalton's career ends up just being remembered as him being an average quarterback who never did anything special. But that's not true, man. Andy Dalton did special things in Cincinnati. That's my boy. He owns the Colorado Avalanche in NHL, won 2 trophies, and I heard about that. I thought that was stupid too. I didn't know he won. Like, when I found that out, I was like, oh, I didn't know he owned multiple NFL teams. I was like, he's like a real estate developer or something like that, or a construction guy. Like, obviously, that's the industry to get into. I'll actually tell you one thing. The industry, if you're looking to make money, the industry to get into is the insurance industry. That you will make some damn money in that industry. That's where to make the money. But construction, real estate development, stuff like that, if you can get into that, you'll make good money there too. Yeah, for sure, man. Gotta say is go Patriots. Hey, man, I like the Patriots. I got nothing wrong with the Patriots. They're not particularly good this year, so yeah. But got the same record as my team. Yeah. Hey, man, dude, Patriots are cool, man. Nothing wrong. You say to end the vlog. Yeah, I guess. I don't know. He owns Arsenal in now. Another reason to dislike Arsenal, right? Personally, I'm a City fan. I've been a City fan for years, like even before they were like a championship caliber team. I remember in 2012 when Aguero hit that hit that like last second goal to like win the championship over United of all teams. Man, it was just like, it was the culmination of so many years of frustration of being like the little brother, and it like my obviously my biggest focus in sports is the Bengals. So watching City do that, I was like, one of these days, the Bengals are going to do something incredible against the Steelers. That's basically the equivalent, right? Like Aguero hitting that goal against United would be like the equivalent of like the Bengals beating the Steelers in the playoffs. That's basically what it is, So I can't do a good Mickey Mouse. I honestly can't. Like my son, the one that I was talking about picking up earlier, I can't get that high. But like my son, the one I picked up from work earlier, he does a damn good Mickey Mouse. But I can't do Mickey Mouse. Like, I just can't get that high, especially after I've been talking for 3 hours straight. My voice is kind of hurt, so I can't hit that. Just not really in my octave range. I can probably do it when my voice is rested, but not like that. Glad you like the stream, man. There'll be a lot more of them. I can't right now, Matthew, because I think he's actually downstairs doing D&D campaign. So I can't really pull him away from that. But I'll see if I can get like every once in a while he'll be up here watching TV while I'm doing this. So I'll see if I can get him to come on the stream and do that at some point, because that'd be kind of funny. Or maybe I'll record him and have him do it, He's probably tired. Now, he's not, dude. He stays up until like I mean, I stay up late, obviously, doing these streams and working various football jobs and stuff like that. But I mean, he stays up till like 3 p.m. or 3 a.m. every day and then complains about being tired. Like, why do you think you're tired? Because you stay up till 3 a.m. every day, Bengals versus Patriots AFC Championship. No. Like Matthew. Like I'm like I like the Patriots, but the Patriots are not going to the playoffs this year. I'm sorry. They're not a very good football team. My son, the one I was talking about is 17. I got another son who's 7. Yeah, actually earlier he was knocking on the door to do something or other. I forget exactly why I came by earlier, but If you scroll back to like earlier in the stream, like, you know, within the first hour, my little 7-year-old comes out here like with his little 2 missing front teeth, and he makes a quick appearance. So you can see him. And the other one, my 17-year-old, he kind of keeps to himself. But yeah. Patriots versus Bill. Matthew. The Patriots aren't making it to the AFC Championship. I'm not even really saying the Bengals are either. I'm just saying the Patriots definitely aren't. Used to stay up late. Now I try for 12 a.m. Still late. ADHD. Can't sit still. Long, lots of energy. Back when I was in college, I used to do that. I was like going to bed at 4 a.m. every day type of person. That's just when I preferred to, like, you know, sleep and stuff like that. And honestly, if I didn't have like a job and stuff now, like, and like a wife and like a whole, like all that stuff, like if I wasn't 30 years old and an adult and like having a whole adult lifestyle and everything like that, I might still be that type of person. You know, I like staying up late. I mean, people don't bother you when you're up late. You do whatever you want when you're up late. Nobody else is up. I can't tell you what to do. But no, I got like a family, and like I like spending time with my wife, and she goes to bed early. So I when I can, I try to not stay up that late anymore. No, Matthew, actually. Connor is my stepson. 17-year-old. He's my stepson. My wife was previously married before she was with me. She's actually a little bit older than me. And she had him at 18. So yeah, no, he's my stepson, but you know, I've known him since he was like 11. So I basically, at this point, I just like, I call him, I'm kind of back and forth between son and stepson, but usually it's just easier to say son. But no, he's my stepson. Yeah, that's pretty young. But you know, it happens a lot. I mean, my mom got married at 17, I believe. Now she didn't have me until I believe 24. I think my mom was 24 when I was born, but she got married at 17. So, you know, it happens. That wasn't close either, was it? That was terrible. That was not a Mickey Mouse. Yep. All right, guys, but I'm pretty much beat for tonight, so I'm gonna hop on out of here. But thank you so much for catching the channel, guys. I really appreciate you showing up. John, anybody else who's watching who's new, feel free to subscribe to the channel. I do streams like this all the time for various different NFL games, but I also come out with reaction videos to Bengals games. I do power rankings every week. I have the Battle of Ohio podcast that I do, a Bengals-Browns rivalry podcast with Thomas Stargell that sometimes I'll post clips on here, but you can also find the full podcast on the Battle of Ohio podcast channel, which I think actually the link to is down in the description. And then, so at Kyle Phelps 92 on Twitter, you know, follow me there, check out all my stuff. But yeah, thanks for coming and hanging out, everybody. John, Matthew, while you're still here, I'll leave y'all as always with a hootie.